We are now recording.
We
Anything
went
you
to the
do or
dinner
say
party.
could be used against you in the court of law.
Went to dinner.
I believe we started off with doing some more side quests. I think Alice did hers. John did his.
I think I filed
I
insurance
think
claim.
both Johns did theirs, right?
Yeah.
I don't remember all of the intricacies of what you guys did on your side quests, but I'm gonna give
We
it.
shot a bottle cap or a cork at a car.
Oh yeah.
I had an artist try to extort me for his shitty art.
I put on a charity event because I'm so charitable. Yeah, that's probably the problem.
Yeah, maybe I'd have the right password if I wrote Gmail instead of Gmail. I finally gave up and just changed my password to "This is stupid" because every time I change my password,
We're recording.
I
said this
I'm gonna
before.
change it next week anyway.
You have to change your password.
Change your password.
Hey, they don't know my
Jesus
email.
Christ.
Okay.
I
Look at
said
what
it
I
at the
sent in the
beginning.
chat and say that next.
What?
Look at what I sent in the chat and say that next.
Okay, let me see.
Put in chat. I can't
I'm
open
good.
it. Then I'll stream it. I can't even open chat. Everyone's social security numbers are just posted in there.
Still not.
I know a lot of people that fall for that, minion me.
Me too. It's predatory, especially towards the elderly.
Mm-hmm.
I'm being
So
robbed.
yes,
Oh,
they
shit, this
each
is
had their one little side quest.
And then we started getting ready for the party.
Oh yeah.
Like cousins or something, or like the siblings.
Yes, we met
learned
like siblings. We met oh my god, Wisteria and Calhart.
Yes.
I also met Dick's
Calhart
ex-wife, but didn't know it at the time.
Oh yeah, that was a key plot point as well. Our party members, star-crossed ex-lovers. They did go to a back room together for a long time, though. We don't want to forget that. And we're getting ready for dinner.
No. We casually dropped that you were also in a failed engagement at one point too, which don't think I didn't miss that.
Homosexual.
I still live with him.
Yes, no, I caught that.
It's okay. It runs in the family.
Ooh. 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 That was wrong.
We've also established that. Oh, I always forget. I need you to make your screen name your character name. Aldrin likes to litter.
Yes.
Oh, he was littering.
It's funny. I didn't even change my name. Doug changed my name.
a fucking litter bug.
Tire Bayman.
And I will not forgive that.
You're such the lethal warrior.
I have a very small amount of druid in me, and I will
You love the
see it to the end.
I love littering.
I already lost faith in you.
I like littering in other people's hotels.
I never will.
Walk by and dump
Littering
trash.
means you gotta clean up.
Dick likes loitering.
So I believe that the last spot we left off was Catherine's parents had made their way down the staircase, welcoming you all to their home. And so we will hop back in. The two hosts of your event have made their grand entrance You have Elvinor and Aldiros Farland. The Aldiros is a very tall, gray skin, this like chalk white coif of a hair on top of his head. He is like scarily beautiful. He is like so handsome that you are kind of uncomfortable looking at him. He has like these deep gray eyes and a big smile with the same sharp, razor sharp teeth that Wisteria has. And he's wearing this sort of pinstripe suit, this sort of black and white pinstripe suit. And on his arm is the woman of the hour here, or at least maybe a different hour.
Wow.
You have Elvinor Farland. She is also pretty tall, sort of pale skin, jet black hair, sort of down to her mid back with these extravagant braids, a circlet around her head, her dress cut down to like her mid stomach, with her dragon mark on full display. I think I had said where Catherine's is sort of like just across her chest. Elvinor's is like all up her chest and coming up on her neck. And Elvinor looks almost like a carbon copy facially of Catherine, just slightly older. As they come down the stairs, Catherine, is there anything you'd like to say to your parents?
She'll look at her father and scream, "Papa!" and run over and hug him.
And he'll immediately, oh, my little Belle, come here! And just start kissing the side of your face.
Yes, she's fully in it. She's a daddy's girl.
Lily, is there anything you'd like to do?
I'll just kind of like do a little curtsy. Auntie, uncle, it's so good to see you.
Eleanor curtsies right back. Oh, Lily, it is so good to see you, darling. It has been so long. Please come here. And she holds her hand out for you.
Does she have a ring on it?
Oh, yeah.
I kiss it.
What are the rest of you doing? Did you just watch Lily kiss this woman's ring?
Is it a nice ring?
It is a nice ring.
I'm gonna
I'll
see if
throw
anyone
nods.
else kisses the ring.
I'll shake their hands and thank you for having us this evening.
I'll do that
Yes.
too.
Pleasure to meet you all. What are each of your names?
I'm
Well,
Alder. Eyebrow. Nope, we don't need to know your name.
Oh, Alderman Ironbrow. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I assume that is relation to other Ironbrows in the city.
Yes.
Mm. Your sister has made her way into our halls a couple times.
Never mentioned it to me. But that's
Hmm.
now it makes two of us in here.
Technically, three of you.
Now it makes I'm glad I'm last. Just gonna
The rest-
awkwardly walk away.
of the three.
I am Rinley.
Just friendly.
Rinley Schmidt.
Mm. Well, it's a pleasure to meet you, Rinley Schmidt. Welcome to our halls. And Elvinor immediately looks at you, Lily.
Like, kind of give like a little. I assume that I probably told her. She probably knows.
It's a very good for like Lily and Catherine. It is a very good assumption for either of the two of you to make that she probably knows something you're keeping from her.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
For sure.
I don't even
I
know
am
why she's
the-
asking for introductions. She already knows us all.
People.
I am the Honorable Archibald Montgomery of the Towers.
Yes, so that is a very beautiful establishment that you run over there, Archibald.
Thank you. It is an extension of myself.
I see. Yes, a man of your caliber would run an establishment like that.
Indeed.
Mm.
I may or may not have said we're having a fundraising event there.
Well, I'm sure your sister can organize everything for that.
Totally.
Wisteria immediately looks over like, huh? And
Catherine has
Wisteria,
actually decided that she will be sponsoring the tower's cigar brand.
Yes. Yes. My next
Mm.
campaign.
I see. So you're advocating for. Okay, yes. Again, I think Wisteria
I
can work
have
out
the
all
lips
of.
for it.
Of course, darling, you
Indeed.
have.
I do.
I believe Wisteria can work all that out.
Yeah, she's good at that stuff. Doesn't have the face, so she's got the brain.
Wisteria is glaring at you.
Our cigars are good for your skin.
Yes, I'm sure they are.
They make you glisten. You got a little sweaty. That's what.
And you, sir, and she'll hold her hand out for you, Din.
Name's Richard Brown. My friends call me Dick Brown.
Hmm. I see. What is it you do, Mr. Brown?
I'm retired.
Hmm. I see. Well, it's nice to have you all here in our home today to celebrate our daughter's lovely achievements, but I am quite aware, as we are all in friendly company here, this is all of your achievements. I understand, but you did not work alone.
No, power of friendship.
Of course. So please, everyone, come into our dining hall and take your seats. Dinner will be out momentarily. And she sways her way on with her husband on her arm into the dining hall. And you can all make your way in. The dining hall, just like the rest of the house, is just sort of like grand, sort of dark Gothic decor. I got some aesthetic pictures I can throw in the group chat.
Incredible.
Catherine is going to tell everyone as we're walking in that if you don't drink with your pinky up, my mother will be very disappointed.
I haven't drank with my pinky down since I was 1 month old.
I still have the cooking wine in my hand.
I couldn't imagine anything better.
Pinky up cooking wine as I chug it from the bottle.
So gross.
Now I just have an image of a baby with like a rattle just going like,
So this is what I'll have you all think of. Who is sitting next to who while you take your seats at dinner?
Archibald wants to sit next to someone with class, so he'll sit next to the belladonna.
all right, I'll sit next to Archibald and I'll sit next to Calhart.
Okay.
I'd like to sit next to Wisteria if possible,
Okay. Okay.
but like close to my aunt.
Yes, yes, yes.
Elhart is your brother's name?
Yes.
Yes.
I'll sit on the other side of him.
I'll sit next to Ridley then.
Okay. Okay. Sorry.
The working class.
Can you just copy
Nick?
the picture?
Yeah, that's what I was doing. And it wasn't.
Dick is sitting on the ground.
Dick is sitting at the head of the table.
No, no.
Hmm.
No,
Are
he's
you
sitting.
sitting
He's
right
sitting
next
at the end, far end, next to whatever head of the table that would be, or whoever's on that end of the table.
Okay. Okay. Sorry, the pictures are not copying over into this part. So
Here, you all need to know.
1 second. I'm going.
Tim, why are we looking at your legs?
Hey yo, this recording's about to be wild.
I thought we wanted to get views up.
Sorry for hating on your grind.
Oh god.
think if we're trying to get views, we should let the titles of these things.
I'm uploading a video right now, by the way.
Is it gonna be better than the last titled one?
Oh, you'll have to see.
No. Okay.
Does it actually have a title?
I don't know.
No.
Can you not give it a title?
I don't remember what. I remember looking at. I think it was just the date that it was filmed on.
Yeah.
It doesn't have a title.
Yeah, it just has a date.
There's a title to this one.
It literally has. I was like, this guy gotta get creative or something.
Can you spell it correctly this time too?
Can you rename the date one?
Hmm?
Rename the one that has the date?
I can't.
The one
Right
that's
now,
called-
I'm uploading a video right now.
I love the name. It's called 2025 03 30 20 48.
Like an activation code.
That's why it only got 4 views compared to the one from 3 weeks ago that had 12 views because it had a name.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone was interested in the rat plague.
Is that what they were
Vibes.
interested in?
Mm-hmm.
Investigations or
Love that. Wait. That's beautiful.
Everybody, you have to post this on your social media. We have to get big.
Investment.
I cannot share this with work people. I'm so sorry.
I'm actually gonna only post it on LinkedIn.
Wait.
Do you follow work people on social media?
Fucking hysterical.
That's weird.
My LinkedIn certifications, I'm gonna put D&D.
Indie live player.
Oh my god! On like you know how like when you look up people on Google Scholar and you like look at their this is very like sciencey, but if you look up a person on Google Scholar and you like press the person, you see all their publications. I just need to post all the videos.
He's qualified for the job.
They'll post all the video analysis so that under Alice's publications, it's then all.
No, don't do that, please.
The most
Because you look
recent
at the career
publication.
and then you look at the personality.
Rat Plague Investigations 2025-01.
Oh my god.
Shows future employers you're good at solving puzzles and you're good at defense.
This is true.
Great at teamwork.
A team player,
Creative.
creative, a team player, willing to work with others to solve a goal. You know?
If she's willing to do this and post it online, she'll be willing to do anything for work.
That's wild.
That's what my supervisor would tell me, at least.
Oh jeez.
So you guys take your seats down in the dining room. The sort of 4-piece band that was of these floating instruments are once again sort of playing this sort of grand piece off in the corner of the room. The butler, Joffrey, has set the table, and each of you has the plates, the different little forks, and he is now pouring a glass of champagne into cups around you. And as everyone takes their seats, Elvenor says from across the table, "Now, those of you who are an acquaintance of my daughter, what do you all do in your day-to-day? Tell me a little bit about yourselves."
Well, personally, I am a mixologist by trade.
Solids.
I've heard my niece has you well employed.
Yes, it's been a lovely experience so far working there.
Great drinks. Always
How about
tip
that?
well.
You could
You
serve
should come-
better oysters.
Well, that doesn't get made at the bar. You have to take that up with the chef.
Oh well, our oysters are in house.
In-house oysters.
Oh, you
Yes,
grow
yeah.
oyster flowers.
We do.
Can I ask what floor?
Probably in the pool.
Yes, I believe it takes a lot of work to raise oysters. How is the tower managing that, if I may ask, Mr. Montgomery?
Thanks to our world-class staff.
And their role would be.
That's me.
No, we
Your
don't.
janitor makes the oysters.
Aldrin's actually like an aquaculturist. That's fucking
I
crazy.
am not eating those oysters.
No.
No, we have a specialty position for the chief oysterer.
Look, they pay it forward. They use some of them to get, like pearls, and then they sell those to buy more oysters. And
Be right back.
the towers, they're just genius,
Mm. So,
You know.
Mr. Eyebrow, I'll ask your perspective, how is the oyster raising at the towers?
He's not here right now.
I'm here. He
Oh,
said,
never
said,
mind.
"Oh,
Yes, the chief oysterer. It's
yeah,
a very,
I'm
it's a very high position.
Yes.
Actually, Mr. Montgomery, I do believe it is called an oyster farmer.
Mhm.
Was that to me? What?
Yes, Mr. Montgomery, I believe it is called an oyster farmer.
What did you? I didn't hear what you said. Sorry.
Believe it is an oyster farmer.
Oh yes. Well, that's the more common name for it.
Mm.
But when they're in the professional trade, they take on a chief position.
Yes. Yes, of course.
Oh.
Sorry, one second.
Ah,
My guy's broken.
So sorry. This
Unacceptable.
mic is having issues. But yes, I believe Doug, you didn't say anything for Dick.
I thought I did.
I think you and Tim spoke at the same time.
Oh, sorry. Did Tim already go then?
Yes.
Yes.
What was the question again?
Tell
You
me
felt
a
a
little
lot.
bit about yourself. You said you were retired. What did you do before that?
Oh, I went to bars a lot more, and now I'm retired. I only go to
An
bars
alcoholic.
half the time. Hey, we don't use that word.
Normally
Not
it's
a
the other
nice
way
word.
around. You start going more once you retire.
No, I was professional before.
Yeah.
You were a professional consumer of alcohol.
He
Yeah,
was a
that'd be good.
sommelier.
Yeah, that word.
Ah, so you know your wines?
Any professional would
Just
know their favorite brands of wine.
yeah, pour me a glass and I can tell you what exactly it is.
Give us your tasting notes.
No, I don't have them on me. I have them in my head. Locked
Well,
up.
after you taste them, tell us what you think.
He doesn't even know what tasting notes are.
Joffrey, please bring out 3 glasses of wine for Mr. Brown. I wish for him to show his skills.
I think that we should have him and Rinley do a little competition.
Ooh, this sounds like a fun idea.
Yeah,
Mr.
sure.
Schmidt,
I have been studying. We don't get a lot of wine ordered at the club, though.
Just tasting wine, see the difference.
Is the glass in front of me?
Yeah, I'll say now that though they've brought out 6 glasses, so you have 3 and Rinley has 3.
Dick will kind of like put up his hand, like Renly go first.
I will pick it up. I will smell the wine.
Mm-hmm.
I'll swirl it. I will take a sip.
Mm-hmm.
Will we give it a? I mean, do they normally spit it out into a different glass?
I don't know. You're
You don't
going
wanna do
first.
I'll look around. There's no empty glasses, so I'll then just swallow the wine and say, there's a very strong Cabernet.
Oh, thirsty.
Yes, in my culture, this is how we do it.
Mm.
Oh, you have
What
culture
about
too.
you, Mr. Brown? What do you say?
As he was talking, Mr. Brown was combining all the wines together to just put them into into
Wait, is one of them like the very old wine that I brought for my aunt?
Roll an investigation check, Lily.
I swear to God, if he's disrespecting this like 400-year-old wine, I'm gonna lose it.
Lily,
Oh,
roll an
Dick.
investigation check.
Jake, where I
and
come
if
from, we call that jungle wine.
anyone wants to roll an insight check as well, you're welcome to.
I'm rolling one too.
I'm gonna taste it in a second, so I'll know.
I got a 22.
A 22, okay. You're Lily, you are pretty sure one of those glasses did have the very, very expensive wine in it.
I also got a 22 on insight.
I just got 16.
It's anything different.
Aldrin, you don't notice anything. You're just more so just watching Dick pour these. What was supposed to be a competition has now turned into Dick just pouring like the wine into one glass.
I do want to, as I'm
Um,
pouring this, I want to look
Yeah.
at the mom and see her reaction. So
Yeah,
can I
roll
do
me
an insight check?
Yeah.
Oh, it's garbage. It would
What's her
help.
deception?
Could she have disadvantage because of just how disgusting this
No.
act is?
No, absolutely not.
Maybe she's not disgusted. Maybe she's intrigued.
Maybe she's like,
Yeah,
wow.
You don't know.
Probably. I would be.
Does my mom put ice in her wine?
No.
Oh,
Classy lady.
it was insight, right?
Yes.
It's gonna be I can have guidance to the to this roll, right? That's how guidance works.
Yeah. Sorry, for some reason my Firefox updated and now every time I like open certain websites, my screen is just black.
Sounds like
Please.
Firefox is actually a virus.
Yeah.
Use Firefox?
Yeah, that was my first reaction. Firefox.
I was like, I've used Firefox since like elementary school laptops.
Yeah.
It's
Oh, Anthony,
secure,
how old is
folks.
your laptop?
Not that old.
Yeah, he just got a new one in college. Didn't you get a new one over in Stockton? Because you
I did.
got. Yeah.
I'm sure it works just as fine.
Not you doxing the school.
Yeah, at least you didn't
Oh.
steal a computer from your school.
Yeah.
Listen!
Oh.
No one was using it, it's fine.
They were gonna throw it out anyways.
They honestly were.
They were.
So it's
Why'd they
fine.
take it?
I don't have time to figure out the passwords, so I'm just gonna use my
Well, when I go to taste the very expensive wine, I'll do all the same things, but I've never had this before. So I'll ask, what's the mom's name?
Elvinor.
Eldenor. I'm sorry, I've never had the opportunity to taste this. What type of wine is this?
Well, this was a lovely bottle of wine that my dear niece brought for us tonight. Lily, would you like to tell Renly about the wine?
Of course. Comes from the elven homeland roughly 400 years ago. It was slow aged in old bourbon barrels, actually. It's a nice dark red.
Dick swirling around all the wines.
Just like staring at Dick
this,
while
like,
he's doing this.
I imagine it's just this like brown color. And then he'll tip it up to his mouth and he'll just whoosh it down all in one shot.
So, Dick, what were those tasting notes that you got?
Yeah, about that.
Mr. Brown, what's the first word that pops in your head right now?
Mediocre.
Mm. Dick, what did you get on your insight?
I got a 14.
Catherine, what did you get?
I got a 22.
Okay. Dick, you don't notice. You just see the woman is like looking at you, just watching you the whole time, like she has. Catherine, you catch for a second your mother's eyebrows like furrow in like confusion.
Of course. I can see why.
And then immediately, like within a second, they're back set. And I'll even say, let's see. Your father's not hiding. Your father's laughing.
Oh,
Your
of course
father
he
is
would be.
fully chuckling watching Dick pour these wine glasses.
Oh, I'm giggling too, honestly.
So Eleanor will say, well, we have champagne being poured out for all of you in celebration. But the rest, what would you like to drink? Would you like to open a glass of wine, or would you like a more specific cocktail?
Gin martini, extra dirty, filthy, please. No olives and an oyster.
They don't have an oyster farmer here.
I'm sure they import.
With these tariffs?
What of the rest of you?
I'll have a glass of your best ale.
Of course.
I'll just take, I'll take a
And a
martini
water.
too.
Hmm.
Dirty, but no oyster.
Mm-hmm.
Champagne's
See
fine for
Joffrey
me.
scribbling on
Thank
a pad.
I look over to Joffrey and I'm like, make it a double.
He very quickly nods at you and scribbles back down. Lily, what are you having the wine you brought?
you. Oh no, the champagne's fine for me.
And Aldrin?
I'll get a vodka tonic.
Excellent. So after a moment, all of your drinks come out served to you. And as your drinks come out, you see Catherine's father, Aldiros, will sorry. Because of my issue with my Firefox, I have multiple tabs of many different things open at once.
Oh boy.
Flaming Firefox.
And Eldiros will say, now, to all of our guests here tonight, along with your ordered drinks, we have a special one coming out for you. It is called the Whisper of the Curtain. And you see a couple waiters come out with a tray of... It's a spoon, several spoons sitting on the tray, with this sort of orb floating above it. And each spoon is placed off on a little plate in front of each of you.
In Archibald's hospitality experience, has he seen this kind of dish before?
This, Archibald, you can probably sense. Maybe give me a quick investigation check on it.
Nat 20.
This is very fancy.
Oh.
Fancier than the tower.
I think, like, from what you think as you're looking at this with a nat 20, you know that, like, the tower is fancy, it's high-end eating, but this type of fancy isn't sustainable for a business.
Oh. Did I get my oyster drink?
Yes, you got your oyster with it.
How's the oyster? Is it a good oyster or bad oyster?
The oyster is very good.
Archibald is very happy, but he won't show it. He will maintain a stoic face.
And as these spoons are sort of brought out with this orb above, you hear the band starts to play a different song. A very faint little melody comes out of a string quartet now.
I'm going to message my mom
Mm-hmm.
and say, Stop embarrassing me.
Message doesn't have to be a number.
Oh, I thought it was.
Sending is the
Okay.
spell.
I'm gonna message her. Stop embarrassing me. Where are the pizza bagels? We don't need to show off.
And I think your mother looks back and you hear a message from her pop in your head. Darling, showing off is what we do.
I know, but still. I just want the pizza bagels.
And you see Elvinor and Aldiros both move the spoon into their mouth and consume the little orb above it.
Lily will
Everyone
do
eating
the
their
same.
little.
I'll follow in suit because I'm a hungry
Yeah, I'll do it.
hungry.
Archibald
So-
does it, but he does the pinky up.
Is there
Yes.
there's a floating orb?
It's like so. You can roll an investigation check on it if you'd
Yeah.
like.
Where's your blind face?
17.
So from looking like closer at the orb, you can see it's not like a solid orb. It looks almost like some kind of foam with this like more sticky nectar on the outside of it.
I'll reach out to grab it.
Mm-hmm.
Does it feel sticky? Like,
A little bit on the outside is a little sticky, kind of like honey.
okay, I push down on it. Does it like pop?
It just sort of like squishes.
All right, I just start
Hey.
squishing it in the air.
Okay.
Boba pearl.
No, it's more like foamy.
Aldrin's sitting next to him, right?
Yes, I think so.
I'm
sitting
gonna
next
nudge Aldrin and be like, "Can you hit him?"
Yes, and I will hit his. I'll hit the hand that's poking the orb. They're like,
Are you
could you
doing it
just
stealth
try to
or
be?
you're just outright
No.
smacking his
No,
head?
I just kind of like stack him over. Like, can you at least try to be decent?
I don't know. I've never seen this before.
Neither have I, but I'm just kind of accepting it.
And you're
That I
just
kind
eating
of.
the floating orb.
I mean, I kind of just followed you randomly.
Okay.
What's weirder?
So is everyone eating their little floating orb from their spoon?
I'm gonna let mine
course.
keep floating.
I'm not
Free
gonna be the
food.
first one to eat it, but if someone else eats it, I'll eat it.
Oh, I'm down in it.
Yeah, Lily will eat it.
Archibald ate it
Yeah,
with
I'll
class.
eat it.
Brinley got your little orb.
I ate the orb.
So you all eat your little orbs. It sort of dissolves in your mouth. It's kind of like the texture of like it's like a foam sort of dish, like a ball of foam. It's got this sort of berry flavor, but there's a little hint of an odd sensation of almost darkness in your mouth as it sort of squishes, and for a second, each one of you feels your vision shift, and you see in front of you the table disappears for a second, and what looks to be black curtains sort of separate onto a stage, and that stage vanishes from your field of view.
Spicy.
Terrific.
Casual Tuesday for me.
Interesting.
Lily is
Every
sad
time
that she
I
doesn't
blink,
get these.
I open the stage.
Lily is just very sad she doesn't get these dinners anymore on the
Well,
regular.
Aldiros will say, "It is a delicacy from back in my home of Shadowberry."
and I'll do like
Absolutely.
Wait, your home is Shadowberry, or we just ate a Shadowberry?
Great Shadowberry. This is
Oh.
back from my home.
what's a shadowberry?
He's not from
Dude.
here.
No.
It is this lovely little fruit. It was only about this big, dark, and it gives you the feeling of being cast in a long shadow. But the foam we can sort of sprinkle whatever we want in it.
Yeah, I don't
We
need
serve
the
these at the
experience.
tower's 500-year anniversary.
Insight check into if the towers are 500 years old.
Yeah. Make a history check.
I would love
He meant to
to.
say he was planning on serving it.
Yeah, for sure. I got a 15.
The towers is not 500 years old. It's
Mm-hmm.
not close. No.
How old are the towers?
2 years
I'd
old.
say maybe like 3. In what they are, like in the business they are, maybe 15 to 20.
Way younger than we are. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we're commemorating the spirit of the towers, which has long predated the buildings.
Yes.
Long has there been a hotel within that area?
Mhm. Long have the halflings gathered in this place.
So, as you all set your spoons down, you see one waiter comes and collects your plates while very quickly another brings out the appetizer. And Elmore will say, "We have now a disappearing tart for you all. This is a trout and trill mushroom tartlet." And sat down in front of you is this sort of crisp layers of, like, you see a trout mushroom, and there's these sort of leaves that are sitting crushed over the dish.
Realistically, how drunk are we at this point? Because we pre-gamed and then we've had like 4 drinks in like a 30 minutes of being here.
I forgot we pre-gamed. You're totally right.
You're feeling it, I'd say.
Then I'm gonna nudge Aldrin and be like, "You want to see my tart disappear?" And I'll eat the tart.
And Ridley, you pick up the tart and it vanishes.
I'm disappointed.
How'd you eat it that quick?
And as you pick it up, there's a puff of smoke, but you feel in your hand it's still there.
What if I inhale the smoke?
What?
You
I
don't
don't know.
smell anything as you inhale the smoke, actually.
Okay, then I'll continue with eating what I feel is in my hand still.
Okay, wait 1 second. That was my mistake. I read the wrong thing I wrote. So it vanishes, but all of a sudden you feel what you expected the taste of this tart to be in your mouth.
Mm. Whoa.
Hungry?
Yeah. You guys gotta try that.
Archibald
Mhm.
does it, but then he says to his hosts, "You said this is a disappearing tart, but Mr. Brown is still here."
I think Billy will
And then
lightly
he does a haughty laugh of ha ha ha.
I assume everyone at the table laughs.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Catherine's
Everybody
parents are
laughs.
laughing.
They would laugh.
Dick
Everyone
Brown
laughs
is
at
just
Archibald jokes.
like like almost straight face, just looking at him, but like a little smirk.
Didn't have that one in your notes.
Ha, 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 ha.
Oh, the child.
Child is here. It's a squid.
But yes, as you all pick up your tarts and they vanish with only the taste and the smell left, you also feel almost like a little tingle on your tongue, too. If anyone would like to roll an Arcana check, you're welcome to.
I'll roll it.
Yeah, I'm so good at those.
I think at this point I'm too drunk to care.
A 17.
Oh, you're singing.
Yeah.
So with a 17, you feel like that tingle on your tongue is almost
It's sort of an after effect of whatever magical glamour was put on that food.
Interesting.
Does it have a weird aftertaste?
No, it tastes like
Mhm.
like you just ate what you expected, like a fish and mushroom tart to bite into. That's kind of what you expected.
It was a what? A fish and mushroom tart?
Yes, it was leaping trout and trill mushroom.
Interesting. I'm not usually a huge fish fan, but that was pretty good.
Yes, our chef has spent a long time concocting this menu. Catherine's celebration was his perfect time to execute it.
Is he a
Yeah,
very
it's
good
pretty
one?
good.
What
Thank
is
you,
the
chef.
largest celebration you've ever hosted here?
The largest celebration, and Aldiros will say, I believe it was our 300th wedding anniversary. We had a blowout party here in the mansion. We invited everyone we knew in the city. Everyone was here. I believe, we partied so late in the night that those in the lowers could feel the bass of the music through the buildings.
Wow. How long ago was that?
That was about. I have to do math, how long that was. I'd say that was about 100 years ago.
A
Ooh.
wonderful party.
It was.
So the towers might be 100, and they could host your 500th anniversary in the spirit.
Oh.
Mm.
Do you
Maybe
guys-
they could.
Do you guys have a honeymoon suite?
Of course, we have several.
Mm.
I could only imagine.
We called it the honeymoon floor.
I guess there's no privacy. There's no privacy on that floor.
We have very
Not-
thick walls at
Probably
the
fucking
towers.
Jenkins crawling through the walls of that building. But yes, it was a big party. It was a tense time in the city. With we were becoming tense. It was just before the war had started. Everyone had a sense of excitement. The world was at its peak, and then everything sort of blew up. You girls know how it was back then.
It's nothing
Yeah,
like now.
everybody hit for.
But
Well, some ended
Mr.
up better off than others.
Yes, Mr. Montgomery, do you remember the start of the war, if I may ask? Were you alive then, Archibald? I don't know.
Hold on, I'm age check on Archibald. I don't remember how old I made him.
Because the human, the half-elf, and the Goliath definitely were not alive.
The war's like recent, like just
I
ended
don't,
though. Like
Yeah. The
I
war
don't even
just
have
ended.
an age. I don't even have an age. Oh, Archibald.
Oh, look
I'm
up
here
how
with
long
you.
halflings live.
Yeah, let's see.
And pick a time in there.
well, how long do you think you've been the manager at the towers?
Well, let me look up how long Netflix lived first.
The towers haven't been around that long, so hopefully the whole time.
150 years. Okay. I would say that Archibald is 65 years old, and he's been the manager at the towers for 20 years. He just had his
Okay.
20th work anniversary, actually.
Homeboy's gotta retire.
So you said the war just ended, right?
Yeah. It lasted 100 years.
And it ended in the past 20 years?
Ended in the past 5 years.
Okay. Yes, I do remember. Did he ask if I remember when the war started or ended?
Started.
That was before my time.
Mm.
But you said the towers was 100 years old.
I
Yeah,
just
he
could have
wasn't
wished that I was there.
I believe he said 500.
Ah. Mm.
Something could be old
As
and
the
you're just not a part of it the whole time.
as the story goes, halflings have gathered in this space for hundreds of years, and
Oh
we
yes, we know a
commemorate
lot
that.
about halfling gatherings. Help with the House of Hospitality.
Of course.
And Elvinor will say, Now you can correct me, Mr. Montgomery, but I feel as I remember that building being something else many years ago.
Can I do a history check on what the building actually was?
Could I
Yeah,
do
you
one?
can do a history check.
Would I know what the building was previously?
Can I get an advantage because I'm the manager?
Guidance.
Yeah, you can get advantage.
Guidance.
What, Doug?
Roll a d4.
Nat
Dom, you can
20.
also.
They got a nat 20 on the history of the Towers property.
Give me your dice.
I'm trying to think, what would the towers have been before?
How many people
A
were
brothel.
killed? Yeah.
No, they would have burned that to the ground.
I have something fun. Okay.
Coffee bean factory.
Dom, what did you get?
I got an 11, so I don't know.
11? You don't really remember.
Unless I get an advantage for snooping around the hotel.
Employees don't get advantages.
Yes.
Since you also go against it, I will give you advantage.
Never mind. I got an 11.
Nice. Archibald, do you remember it was a factory? Kind of like not like a factory, but it was a production, and you
For what?
believe it produced some kind of ale.
Oh.
Ooh.
And did halflings work there?
No,
Did halflings visit this place?
Did elves work there?
no, you do remember it was an elven ownership.
But what was it? What was there before the factory?
Oh my god.
Not a halfling gathering, I'm guessing.
That factory was there for a while.
I got nat 20.
No, I can tell you with a nat 20, no halflings were in ownership of that building.
I don't think John's picking up what actually went down here.
You do remember that whatever the building was, it produced ale. That factory, some kind of ale.
Yes, well, it used to be a place of production.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it was. And as that moment sits, you see once again the waiters come out, and Elvinor says, "Now for our soup course. We have our shadow swirl comse." And you see the bowls are placed down in front of you. It's this sort of shadow black glass bowl, and reflected in the bowl you see what looks to be little dancers moving across its surface, and there is a clear liquid in the bowl, and spoons are placed next to you.
I'm going right in. Before, if I got that bowl of soup before anybody else, I ate it before the last one was placed down.
Our daughter is very spirited when it comes to soup.
Yes, Jenkins. I will take a second one, please.
Joffrey.
Joffrey.
And Joffrey has already placed one down before you even finish your sentence.
Thank you, sir.
He winks at you as he continues on.
Beautiful. And I don't, no spoon, no nothing, just. She loves soup.
Okay, crazy person.
Wisteria leans over to you, Lily, and goes, "She always eats like a pig."
She really does. I mean, just the manners. Where are they? Lily's like daintily using her little soup spoon and like sipping. Yeah.
Pinky up. And
Do I
as
hear
you
them
are
talking? Do I hear them talking shit?
roll a perception check, Ridley.
Nat 20.
Okay, guys, listen.
Absolutely.
All right, we're gonna have to start rolling online. This is a lot of nat 20s. This is insane.
Listen, these are a lot of useless nat 20s.
This
So,
is true. This is true.
Lily and
Solidarity,
Mysterio.
I will eat my soup the same way.
Yeah. Yeah, you heard that exact exchange between the two of them.
Joffrey, get him a second bowl.
Joffrey has already
Oh,
been second.
no, thank you, Joffrey. No.
All right, roll over here.
Third bowl?
She will start downing her third bowl of soup.
Oh.
Do you want my bowl?
Gladly.
Ah,
I will
here you
down
go.
the fourth bowl of soup.
Do I see if
how
there's
many
anything
have
in
you
his
eaten?
bowl that fell off
had
of his
one.
dirty beard and face?
I'm just eating my soup like a normal human person being with a spoon, I'm assuming.
As each of you are eating, you feel like warmth sort of move through your chest, almost like you're holding in like a suspenseful breath. And it sort of expands out from your chest down your limbs.
Wow. Magnifique. It's
Thank you.
Elvish word.
That was derelict root and vale onions, and even a little bit of ghost pepper oil that has been drizzled in.
I love that ghost pepper oil.
It does hit the spot, Catherine.
It really does. Oh. I played a burping sound effect, but I don't think it.
No, it did not play.
That's why there was a pause. I was just heard the longest burping sound effect get played.
Is there in spirit?
Is there in spirit? I'm sorry, that threw me for a second. That threw me for a second. And after, as the soup bowls are being taken away, Elfinor will look over at you, Lily, and go, "How is your gallery doing, dear?"
Oh, it's doing wonderful. I believe they've been looking for a new exhibit to put in. Our curator's working on something, but seems so far so good.
Oh yes. What kind of art are you looking to put up for your new exhibit? If I may ask, my dear.
Well, he's looking at something like modern art, but I have my reservations.
Yes, I believe that's one of the new waves currently going around.
Yes. I was hoping to actually speak with you after dinner, if possible, about your recommendation.
Oh, darling, of course. We have been receiving an influx of people who have been referring to themselves as performance artists.
I don't believe that's something that my gallery is looking for.
No, I don't believe it is, but I'll admit maybe I am becoming too old for this city, but I thought all art was a performance.
Auntie, you'd never be too old, and of course it is.
Thank you, darling. But yes, these people, they've been doing quite interesting things. One woman just stood there bare naked and poured paint over her head for about 2.5 hours.
Where did she find the paint for that?
I don't know where she found the paint for that.
Art store.
What?
Michael.
It was...
Sorry. Sorry.
Drunk 18-year-old here, everybody.
Just the quiet Michaels.
It's on the...
Sorry.
But yes, she poured the paint over her head and then she proceeded to roll around the floor and produced splatters and smudges, many of them.
Hmm.
We paid
What-
her dearly and sent her on her way, though. But
Well,
not of our taste.
was this a private performance?
It was more of we we're sort of screening young actors and performers, singers, musicians for the guild and for our productions. And we wanted to see what was sort of on the new edge. And we like to give them time coming out of their day, come
Cool.
see and come out for us.
I think it's always important to inspire new artists and to support them, of course, but
Precisely,
these-
darling.
performance artists and modern artists, it's just there seems to be no life behind the work. And honestly, what did she say that the meaning behind the performance was?
I simply don't know.
Don't you think it
I
could be a
have spent
metaphor that movement helps get the tension out of your body, and that was the paint leaving her skin and spreading out as she moved?
I'd
Mr.
love to
Redtail, I think
that's
you've missed your true calling.
Quite insightful, Lindy.
I'd love to
Just-
think that that's what it was.
Right.
but
When he
she
calls
said-
me Red Tail, I like snap and look at him.
You got. Oh no!
I was just being formal. I was just.
Montgomery, I do believe that you have my bartender mixed up with someone else. Not too deep in your cups.
Oh yes, of course.
And Aldiros will say, Mr. Montgomery, you must have had one too many. He does not have a tail. The red hair is on his head.
But yes, Auntie, I would love to hear your recommendations about a particular artist that I've run into recently that's been highly recommended.
Can I do an
Yes, darling,
insight check on the mother during that
Yes.
whole run?
Yeah, go right ahead.
I'm rolling like garbage. 12.
Yeah, she looks the same as she did the whole time.
I'm gonna keep sipping on my drink, cooking wine away.
How much cooking wine is there? Because you've been drinking this for like a long time now.
Well, I chugged the other one. I imagine I have a little bit left, but I'm
there's
definitely
more
running out.
cooking wine, okay.
And see, Elvin will say to you, Dick, yeah, Mr. Brown, you have access to any liquor you could want here. We have large stores.
Oh, can I? Yeah, let me go take a look.
No, we can bring out whatever you need. Simply
Do
say
you have
the
a
word.
list?
Yes, Joffrey, can you bring Mr. Brown a list? And after another moment, Joffrey comes out with a giant scroll that you sort of unscroll pretty large of different lists of liquors.
Is there any red tail ale on this?
Make an investigation check.
Hopefully I don't roll like garbage. Oh, I rolled a 19. I rolled a 4 on the D4. Like the max roll I can get without getting a nat 20. Uh 30.
A 30? A 30?
30.
I was going to have you do an insight check. With
Wait,
this.
no, maybe 29.
I was going to have you
No,
do
it's
an
a
insight
30.
check
It's a
with this,
30.
but
Sorry.
with a 30, I'll say you won't need it. You look at this list, and I think you think for a moment, if they did have Red Tail Ale, you were under the impression it was only sold on the black market. You don't know if this would be advertised on their list of liquors.
Got the balls.
Do you have things that wouldn't be on this list.
What are you implying, Mr. Brown?
I'm implying that I know some other alcohols that seem to be actually missing from your stores. In a way, I'm kind of shocked.
Shocked about what, Mr. Brown?
Well, I mean, kind of as I'm going down.
Going down the
Yeah,
scroll that has
yeah,
now rolled
the
onto the
scroll.
table.
I'm just double checking myself.
Oh, Dick, that one right there, I think you would really, really like it. We keep it at the club, and for everything I've learned about you, I think that would be something you should try. And I'll point to a middle of the road whiskey.
Is this bottom shelf?
At a place like this, yes.
Hmm. I'll settle it there then. I'll stop my pursuit. I'll have this bottom shelf.
Oh, of course. Joffrey, bring Mr. Brown the entire bottle.
That's
And
some
after a
service.
moment, a bottle of this whiskey is placed gingerly next to you on the table.
Who's on the other side of me aside from Wisteria?
Dick Brown.
Oh, yeah, he is.
Is it him?
Yeah.
I'm gonna lean over and say, I am not paying for your hotel room tonight. I hope you understand.
I told you, just put me on my bike and I'll get home.
You see Archibald's like this. The other side of the table.
Not another cent.
Oh, sorry, my hand does that sometimes.
And Wisteria will lean back over to you, Lily, and be like, "This is my sister implied you had a sexual encounter with."
I absolutely did not. I would like to make it very clear.
It would be a horrendous rumor to start making rounds, Lily.
Wisteria, I thought you liked me.
I didn't say I was spreading a rumor. She said it out in front of so many people.
Well,
And you know
Who of
my
us-
sister likes to run her mouth. Said
who
it
of
in
us
front
can
of the
stop
group
her,
that was-
though? Honestly.
Be a horrendous rumor.
Well, I'll have to deal with that in my own time, I suppose.
What's the rumor?
That we fucked.
When did we have time to do that?
I don't know, time to-
The other room to see
Wisteria
the
will-
mural.
Yeah, Wisteria will say, yes, Catherine implied that that's what the two of you had left the space before to do.
I said
That we
they had a
fought?
lot of alone time together.
That's what Catherine told me, at least.
Oh wow. Have you ever had sex before? Do you know how it works?
No, can you explain it?
Yeah.
Well,
What does
when a
this
man
say?
makes a mistake,
All right, Mr. Brown, please.
I don't think that halflings do this.
Could I hear that entire conversation? Can I make an acrobatics check and spoon whatever food's in front of me into my sister's face? Like the good old.
Yeah, make a roll.
Okay. I'm not gonna do good if you're talking like that. Nice. 22.
Are you being stealthy about this?
No, not at all.
You take a bit of a spoon of, you take a bit of like one of the masses in one of your soup bowls, and you flick it across the table at Wisteria, and she very quickly catches it in her hand and whips it right back at you. And roll the dexterity saving throw. She got a nat 20 on that. And you just hear bitch.
I'm gonna do a help action since I'm sitting next to her, and I'm gonna say, "Watch out!" and point towards it.
So yeah, roll your dex save with advantage.
Hang on.
Can I actually use a key point and use deflect missiles and catch it?
I don't know if you can deflect missiles coming at other players.
Ooh. Hmm.
Archibald would have jumped in front of it if he wasn't wearing such a nice suit.
You are correct.
At least not even
Hmm.
trying.
I'm assuming I will not have enough time to teleport.
I'm still eating my soup.
What saving throw?
Dexterity. You have advantage.
With advantage.
I'm holding this. I'm not counting that. Do I still have the D4 or no?
Not on saving throws.
Ouch. Oh my god, 2 separate dice.
Roll the same thing twice.
10.
This like sort of mass that was in the soup that you've launched at your sister, she has caught, thrown back, and it splatters on you, back at you.
Ooh.
Delicious. I'm just gonna lock eye contact with her, wipe it off my face, and then lick it off my hand.
She sticks her tongue out at you.
I do it right back.
Your mother goes, "Girls,
She started it.
Catherine, you launched the food at your sister first.
She was calling me a loser.
Catherine, when did she say the word loser?"
By proxy.
All right, I think the next course is coming out, and waiters are carrying out trays.
Calhart, he saw it all.
Asteria did it first.
That's my man. I will pass him a baggie of something under the
When did you have drugs on you?
Okay, I'll pass him a flask under the table.
He has access to the liquor cabinet.
He has full access to the liquor cabinet.
It's our sibling bond together.
You see a plate, a salad is placed in front of each of you, and you see this salad, it's shaped into this circle, and it, in great detail, looks like a small grove. There are several different little flowers in it, would look to be tiny sort of trees. And as it's plated down in front of you, Elvenor says, "Yes, everyone, we have no utensils. For this dish, I would encourage you all to pick apart your groves with your hands. We have several different plants here in the grove for you to consume. We have fig slices, Elden greens, and memory mint."
Are there little like finger bowls at our places?
What do you mean finger bowl?
Like at fancy restaurants, there's like a little finger bowl to like dip your hands
Oh,
in.
yes, yes.
To, like,
Yes,
okay.
there are those. Yes.
Lily's gonna like daintily splash her fingers in it and then eat her salad.
Lily, as you put one of the leaves into
gonna-
your mouth, you feel almost like a bit of deja vu, but also you feel like you have a flash of like running through the forest, away from something, but you don't know what, and then it's gone. Can you eat your little leaves?
I'll lean over to Calhart and just say, Wisteria really needs to eat more salad. Letting herself go.
And Calhart leans back and he goes, "Was her streak always that gray?"
I think there's extra. It's getting bigger.
I think I see a couple extra gray hairs in the back.
Oh, totally. She's trying to hide them, but...
I knew you were gonna throw food at her. I saw that coming. And Elvenor will look at you, "Aldrin, so you are an employee at the towers?"
Yes. I am a. Hold on, I got a good name for this.
Mm.
No. I said that. No.
Oh my god.
I'm the facilities maintenance engineer.
Yes. You keep a
People.
lovely establishment running, then.
Thank you. I treat it as if it's my own.
That's good. I'd imagine that is a well compensating job.
Yes.
You're not speaking for him. Oh no.
We're so fast.
I think I just give a slight chuckle when he says yes.
Yeah, Elvinor will say, "Oh, thank you for interjecting, Mr. Montgomery, but I was asking Mr. Ironbrow."
I'm sorry. My employees just get me very excited.
Validating statements make here at the dinner table with no context.
I'll just respond back. It's a survivable living.
Oh, that is so fascinating. The towers must make such immense profits, doesn't it, Mr. Montgomery?
We can keep the lights on.
And give out unlimited cigars to all the customers that
Yes,
come
you
in.
outsource your cigar production.
Branded.
Well, not everyone's accountants are as gifted as ours in being able to write off the cigars as charitable contributions.
I'm actually in the process. I don't know if you know anything about guilds. I'm in the process of communicating that. Just don't let Archibald know. He's an amazing boss, and he always wants the best for his employees. So I think he's going to be 100% for this. But I want to
We have
surprise him.
quite a lot of experience with guilds. We work very closely with the Actors Guild here in Sean. Thank you for letting me know that, Tim, because I feel like a woman like Elvinor would also know that.
Happy to be of assistance.
Yeah,
Of
but
course, we respect our employees' rights to gather as they see fit.
You roll a deception check.
Also make an insight here as a boss.
Oh, absolutely.
I read the contract.
Guidance on the deception.
Calypso's got a thank you. Calypso, help me.
Bitch, what?
Dick is a scab.
Let's go. Calypso's helping me roll now that she's laying on my thing.
Nice.
That is so cute.
Calypso hates union workers.
I'll
Let's
give-
go.
No!
I'll give Lily guidance.
Thank you.
Deception was 22.
23 on insight.
Oh
Thank you for that
shit.
guidance.
Calypso, you don't hate union workers enough.
No.
Aldrin, you get a voice in your head very quickly. Elvinor goes, "Any help you would like with any form of guild contact, please tell Catherine to set up a meeting."
When I look at her, just have like a slight.
She was just hitting the dice with her paw.
And as she says that, the main course of the night comes out. And she says, "Now, for our main dish, we have our masquerade of the beast." And you see a large meal, a large sort of hunk of beef is brought out. It looks what appears to be a roasted chimera is brought out onto the table and set out in front as chimeras are like these big 3-headed beasts with like a griffin basilisk, like it's a, what is it? It's like a eagle, a lion, or what is the chimera? It's like the 3-headed thing, right?
There's a goat, right, in there too?
Yeah.
I believe it's a goat.
Goat, lion,
And
dragon?
Oh.
Chimera.
On.
Yeah, it's a snake. It's a snake tail, a lion head, and
Oh.
a goat head.
Oh,
Mm.
yeah.
Okay.
So yes, a roasted chimera is sort of brought out, served on these platters where you can see very clearly 3 different sections of meats are sort of. It's like a carved platter of meat of these different sections of meats. You each have your choosing. Can take from whichever you please.
He'll take
And
the goat.
over each of the plates is a illusory mask. One has a lion's mane, one has goat horns, and the other has snake scales.
I know Wisteria's going for the snake, but I'll take the lion.
I think Lily would kind of subconsciously go for the snake.
Goat, goat, goat.
Yeah, I'll have goat. It seems the most normal.
So
Is
is
there
each
a
of
limit?
you.
Is there like an unlimited amount of each? We can just take
You
whatever's
can
left.
take whatever you'd like.
I'll have a goat.
I'll do the lion.
So as each of you takes your meal, you begin eating. I want all of you to roll Arcana checks for me.
Arcana.
Mm.
30-20.
10.
19.
21.
5.
25.
So those of you who got 19 and above, you sort of clock, and I think it clicks with the name of the dish, the Masquerade of Beasts. You clock you're not eating a basilisk. You're not eating a chimera. You clock there's some kind of illusion that has altered the meats that you're eating. And Dick, you had the lion. Lily, you had the snake. And Catherine, what were you eating?
The lion.
So I think Dick and Catherine, you both clock what you're having is griffin, not lion.
Delicious.
And Lily, you're eating a basilisk. The meats, as you're eating them, they're still good. They taste good. But I think as you've realized with the name, the Masquerade of Beasts, the 3 of you have uncovered the masquerade.
I love griffin wings.
I'm so glad I'm just having goat.
Is it what's the goat meat actually? Is it chicken?
I don't. Did any of us roll high enough?
Beef.
Who rolled a 10?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, wait,
I
what
think
did
it's
you roll?
goat.
I assumed that it was regular goat.
Renly, what did you roll?
21.
Oh, you rolled a 21. Oh, I didn't even realize you rolled a 21. Renly, you realize you're eating Blink Dog.
Oh,
Not the
Fuck is a
puppy.
blink dog.
oh, I'm gonna stop eating.
Blink dog.
Sheep okay, dog bad. Understandable.
Take another piece of different of the meats.
Um, I'll grab the griffin.
Archibald's gonna say, Mr. Schmidt, this goat was just succulent. Do you concur?
There was something with the
I
seasoning.
just-
It didn't agree with me.
Oh. I'm sure they could re-prepare it for you if
No,
it wasn't to your liking.
I would love to try some lion.
Hmm. Sorry, Calypso's running in circles. Yes, I will also try some lion.
What does my mom think of Ridley picking up food and then putting it back down? Possibly out of disgust.
I may roll an insight check on her.
I did really bad.
That's good. You can't really tell what your mother thinks.
Oh, okay.
She's simply enjoying her basilisk.
Of course she would.
Your father took lion.
Oh, I know.
Your sister took goat.
Basic.
And Calhart took basilisk.
Also makes sense.
And so after clearing your plates, the meat is taken out into the back. Elvenor saying, now, thank you all for joining us for this lovely dinner to celebrate all of your achievements and for our darling daughter's achievements. We'll bring out our final dish of the night, our dessert, our finale in Twilight. And you see brought out on a miniature stage layers, this sort of like layered desserts. It's in the center of this stage, there's this small glass sphere that's filled with like this almost like shadow flame. And you see Elvenor reaches out across the table with a teensy little hammer and cracks the center of the sphere, and the sweet mist fills the table and sparkles move across and towards the ceiling like stars. And it's this sort of like layered custard dessert forming the stage where you're all encouraged to take scoops for your plates.
Take a scoop.
Mhm.
What?
Scoop, scoop. Pinky, pinky.
Always pinky up.
Always pinky. And to accompany our dessert. Now, not everyone can partake, but we are going to have one more drink. Close out our dinner here. A toast for Catherine tonight.
Great, yay.
And this sort of black crystal flute, several of them are brought out and handed to each of you with this black liquid in it. Everyone would like to take our glass.
What is it?
Catherine, would you like to say a few words for everyone?
Shit. Okay. Wow, way to put me right on the spot, Mom.
Darling, this night is about you.
You know, I'm glad that we can all be here today as a family.
Oh my god.
I blew up her camera to look at her as soon as she did that.
What did you do?
Calypso started bathing herself in a very peculiar way.
I'm very glad that we can all be gathered here today as a family and Wisteria. It's very nice that we were able to help save the city. We should keep moving forward with these positive changes because they're good. And yeah, we should probably like keep looking into the Warforge. They seem to be in trouble, but I'm very happy for the power of friendship because we're all best friends, pursuing through and conquering this. Without friendship, we wouldn't be here today. And I just think that's telling to our inseparable bonds with one another.
Archibald wipes a tear away at the end of the speech.
Mysteria
Hey,
looks
Matt.
at you, Lynn, and rolls her eyes.
He kind of just looks at her and looks away.
And then you can do your little drink.
Oh yes. Okay, everybody. 3, 2, 1. Pinkies up.
Pinkies up.
Pop the cork on the
I'm
bottle.
gonna
and
smell it
start.
first. Do like a smell first.
You can do
Smell
a
like-
little sip.
Glump, glump, glump.
So, for those of you, which I assume is everyone but Dick, who did their little toasting shots, I want to go one by one with the effects of the shot and ask you for just something little for your character. I'll start with Catherine. What is something that Catherine feels
could have been in her life if she chose a different path that she would see in a brief flash.
She has a choice here.
I'm not. You're not choosing it. I'm asking you.
She would prefer to not be born with a dragon mark. If that's what we're talking about.
So you see, I guess, a brief flash of you, not in drag, just as Catherine, in the dirty streets on the stage of I think of the Green Fire is one of the seedy burlesque clubs down in your district. You see yourself on stage, your chest, no mark on your chest, fully Catherine out on that stage.
I still want to be with my family, though. They're in the crowd.
Sure. And I'll go to Lily. What's maybe something in Lily's life where sometimes she thinks, oh, maybe this could have been different if I chose differently, or if something different happened.
If something different happened?
Yeah. This drink sort of shows you a shadow of what could have been.
I think she thinks about if Derek hadn't cheated on her publicly.
Okay. Hadn't cheated on you public. So I think for a moment you get a flash of the Thrask Manor, the home that Derek's family had here in the city. And I think you see yourself walking out onto the balcony from the top of it, the top of that tower, and just sort of looking down from their view onto the city. And Derek walking out bringing you a glass of wine onto the balcony. Aldrin, what about you? Does Aldrin have any regrets?
Probably like a girlfriend or a wife or something.
A wife?
A family, you know.
I thought he was just a janitor.
Hey, I'm a maintenance specialist engineer.
Maintenance specialist engineer.
I think you see yourself in a previous relationship you had carrying a small child into your family home, greeting your since deceased parents and your two sisters, not in there looking as they do now in their places of employment, but just casually as themselves sitting talking at a table as you bring a family home to your family.
Ooh.
And Archibald, do you have any regrets?
Any regrets or like something that I wish
maybe went
was
differently in your life.
but nothing that it's like not necessarily that I had like regret that I did it, but it's like if I wish I could have done something as opposed to how it is now.
Could be either. If you a choice, you had made something in your life that happened that you wish didn't.
Do I like remember in my like childhood like what happened to my parents? Do I like was I like old enough to remember that going down?
I think you do. Not as in like you probably don't have great detail of it, but I think you remember it.
And do I remember like which Boromers were involved?
I think you know that the Dawn was involved.
Okay. I think you would see a flashback of, or not a flashback, but like an alternate reality where Archibald was brutally killing the Dawn with his bare hands.
Jesus Christ.
Nice.
Yeah, you get a flash of that. You're strangling this man.
Just unhinged, like murdering the Dawn as like a vengeance killing.
Okay, yeah, you definitely see that. And Rinley, are there any regrets in Rinley's short life?
I guess maybe leaving my family, like, and choosing not to follow the path of being a druid.
So I think you see a moment sitting in your family's grove with your grandmother, Rayandra, helping her to magically sort of grow these different plants, the bushes that would eventually be fermented, the wheat that would eventually be fermented down into the red tail ale, sort of helping her and her teaching you everything she knows about growing this. And you see Wisteria, Calhart, and both your parents also all down the drink alongside you all. And as the night wraps up, Eleanor will look out to all of you and say, "Now, thank you all for coming to our home. Celebrate your own achievements and for my daughters. But our night is not over yet. You see, Catherine, we had a little bit else under our sleeves for tonight. I believe one of you asked before we came down if you were the only guest coming to this party. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I would like all of us to make our way to the ballroom, into the separate wing of this home. We have a surprise for you, darling.
Should I get changed?
No, I think what you're wearing is lovely.
Okay.
And
It would have
Elvinor...
been nice to have like a little heads up.
El...
To be fair, it has been how long since we've had a long rest, so there.
We had a rest before.
Oh, we did. Okay.
Yes, this is a separate... You guys had a full, like, free time to do things.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right.
So you guys are led down the halls of the home, full bellies, as you walk up into these grand doors as Elvinor and Alderos push the doors open into a grand ballroom that is packed like sardines with people who all scream surprise as the door opens. There are banners along the walls that say, "Congratulations, Catherine DeFarland, Savior of Sharn." There is a giant stage with a full band, blaring music. There are people dancing. There are crowds. Catherine, make a perception.
Oh God.
It is a full, like, roaring 20s, like, party going on here in this ballroom.
What time?
Perception.
21.
You are just quickly scanning the crowd and you see everybody involved with the making of your album. Every person you know in the music industry, actors you worked with back in the day, people you interact with on your day. You see a lot of random cousins that you don't really talk to are here. Your parents have packed the room with people who have interacted with you.
Are any
This is
Boromir clan
important
people there?
then.
Are any Boromir clan people there?
You can roll an investigation check when you guys move into the party. If you can roll it now, if you want.
I think Lily immediately just like slinks back and just becomes an absolute wallflower. Like just does not interact with anybody.
I think I'll grab Lily and be like, "This is awesome."
Rinley, would you be a dear and go get me another drink, please?
Sorry, boss. I'm a guest tonight.
Oh.
No, I
Mm.
don't mean
Coffee.
Joffrey will come up. Yes, Mr. Schmidt.
Can you please get the lovely Lily another drink, please?
Of course, sir. And he'll come back and he'll bring you another glass of wine, Lily.
Thank you very much.
Yes, whatever you need, Miss Deethernai.
Rinley,
got a
why don't
funny
you
grin
go
on this.
mingle with some of the younger cousins who are here?
Another order? Wow.
I'll go mingle with the cousins.
Go to the
Let's
kids'
get-
table.
So you
Lily
have
just
to
like
twice to do
here.
something.
Get to the kids'
Yeah,
table.
that's what it feels like.
Do I have free will here, or is my parents going to be champion me around the room, being like, "Oh, hello, this is our daughter." Be so proud.
There is going to be a little bit of that first.
Of course.
So they have immediately started shuffling you around. The rest of you are welcome to move about now. A major party, however you would wish.
I got a 23 on the investigation for the Boromir check.
Yeah. What did you get?
23.
A 23. I think. You are scanning the crowd, and you see in the distance a table of halflings.
Mhm.
But you'd need to get closer up to see if there's anyone specific. But you think if you're going to find anything, it's at that table.
They put us at our own table, huh? Is it a shorter table?
It is a table accommodated to their heights.
Wow.
What
Okay.
assholes.
Or they'd be
Wow.
accommodating and
Is it
Well,
the
there you
same
go.
height as the kids' table?
No,
It's the kids' table. I didn't
there
send
is
him
no
there.
kids. This is a party where people are actively drinking, and I'll say on your investigation check, you've seen some people snort stuff. This is not a children's party
Oh,
going on.
magic powder.
Fairy dust.
I want to be a fairy.
You should give it a try, Rinley.
Tinkerbell.
The union prevents us from being drug tested.
Really, you're off. You can do whatever you want.
Archibald would make his way casually over to the table, not in like a straight line, but as like mingling as he goes. But he's going to be table bound for the halfling table.
So you make your way through the crowd towards this halfling table, and you see it's a couple more, I'd say, gruff-looking halfling men sitting at the table. And then as you approach the table, you see at the far end, so you're 65, so she's probably about 50 now. Younger than you, young woman, sort of this dark hair in that like
Is
1930s
it
sort of like
is it
wave
Marlena?
bob. Yes, it is. Her big red lips painted on, little like fascinator on the top of her head, in this like sort of little dress, little black dress, and she goes, "Archie, is that you? I didn't know you'd be here tonight at this party. Come here, sit right next to me."
Would I ever miss a party as extravagant as this?
Oh, they should have expected that you'd be here. Come here. I haven't seen you in forever. You never come and talk to me at home.
Well, you never right.
Well, you got me there, but a lady shouldn't have to make first reach out, you know?
But I like your handwriting so much.
Oh, you always did. You always wanted me to write your papers for you.
Yeah, it took me twice as long to read everything you wrote because it was so nice to read it.
So what brings you to this party, Archie?
Oh, we're here celebrating one of my associates' contributions to the community.
So you're an associate of a major celebrity.
Well, what can I say? Only the greatest come to the towers to enjoy and relax themselves, so you shake some important hands sometimes.
Of course, Archie has always made friends with the major players.
What can I say? And what are you doing here?
Oh, well, you know, I like to dip my toes into different little pools here in the city. Made some connections. I've been giving some money to the business of one of the doors of the company here.
Oh, wow. And then do I recall what she does professionally so I don't have to ask her?
Professionally, she is what you would call a socialite.
Okay. I didn't know if she had a profession or not, but yeah,
No,
she
she
works in
has. She's a rich.
yeah.
She's part of a rich family, and she gives money to things that she likes.
Excellent. So an upstanding citizen is what I hear. Have you been involved in any charities recently?
Oh, I wouldn't say they're charities. I like to help spur on the small business, you know?
How lovely. The coffee shops?
Oh, I do love me some coffee. Our family makes great coffee. I like to help Daddy give his different spots. I like to help him
Did
pick
you
the spots in the city.
did you help open up that new location downtown from that dingy dive bar?
Dingy dive
That's in
bar.
the back of an art dealership.
Oh, Pops was really interested in that sort of section of the city, and he told me I could put a couple locations wherever I wanted.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, let me know if you're gonna open
I
up
told
any
him we should
more.
just go right off into the galleries. There are so many people there who like to be caffeinated to work all night. But he was insistent we gotta be slow. We don't want to overwhelm the area.
He's a wise man.
He is. He's been really interested in the art there. He was very specific about what we're hanging up in those. He didn't let me pick anything, and he usually does. I like to
Oh,
keep them
really?
classy.
What did he hang up?
It's this like. Now, I'm not what you call like an artist or anything. But I don't
I would
think
never
just
make such an
slapping a
accusation.
wall one color is just like professional or anything. I feel like anyone could do that. It's like this one color and there's like a dot in the center.
Interesting. Very
They're calling
abstract.
it like modern or something. I don't know.
Oof. He
Ugh.
shudders at that word. Well, you
So
keep
how
enjoying
did you make
yourself.
acquaintance with Miss Kathy up here?
What'd you say?
How did you make acquaintance with Miss Kathy up here?
Well, like I said, the charity work. We
You
have
always
both
did love your
a
hair.
philanthropic interests.
Mm-hmm. You always did love to have your charities, you know? Loved your charity cases.
Like you always say, gotta help the little guy out, and then doo.
And she sort of taps your arm. She's like, "You've always been so funny."
Oh my god.
I forgot about that.
Yes.
And as you say that, she sort of
Oh
laughs.
god.
You see another halfling is approaching the table. Another man, carrying 2 drinks in his hand, and she goes, "Oh, Archie, I want you to meet my fiance."
Oh,
Oh.
Oh, this is Donnie. Donnie, this
Archibald
is
gets up and
Archie.
walks away. No, just kidding. Just kidding. What is it,
Archie,
Donnie?
this is Donnie. Donnie, this is Archie.
Hello, Donnie. And he gives the
And
hand.
Donnie puts the one drink down in front of Marlena and puts the other one down and goes, "Sup?"
Does he
And he
recognize
shakes her hand.
Donnie? Is he like a person of note who would spend time at the towers?
Roll a history check.
Oh,
Bonnie's actually a platinum member.
yeah. History 19.
So you do recognize Donnie. Donnie is one of essentially Lorenzo's lackeys. He's usually around Lorenzo drinking with him, and you even remember him from your childhood as being one of the bullies in the group of people with Lorenzo.
Hello, Donnie.
You're still
Long
tiny.
time no see.
Oh, wow.
He never grew into it.
Always the jokester.
Yeah, I guess.
Are you going to close your tab at the bar at the tower soon, or are we leaving it open for another month?
We can keep it open. We'll
I
be
see.
back.
Well, we look forward to having you.
Thanks.
A poet.
And Marlena goes, Much away with wits.
Well, Marlena, I see that your fiance is here to take up your time now, so I'll see my way back to my philanthropic associates.
Of course, well, if you want to come back and chat, we're going to be right here all night. And please, you have to come and stop by our place.
Of course, I would never miss that.
I'm going to hold you to that.
Oh, don't send Donnie after me.
I will. He'll be very.
Oh, yes. Well, ta-ta. And he leaves.
What are other people doing? Catherine, you're being shuttled around.
I'm princess waving.
I will point something to you out, Catherine. Make a quick perception check as you're being shuttled around.
21.
Your mother has vanished, and it's just your father shuttling you around.
I noticed, but I like it better this way. I grab his hand. No. Very like father-daughter arm length
Yeah.
thingy. Yeah. I would also like to make note that I am looking at all of my friends and associates and being like, help me.
I look at.
Also,
I look.
yeah. Yes, Tom.
No, you go. You go. I thought of what I'm gonna do.
So you also notice on your perception check that Wisteria is in the crowd talking to several people at once. Fuck. And you hear faintly as you're being shuttled by from your father, just faintly you hear, well, my sister is a savior, so I think your investment would be quite beneficial to our startup.
Daggers from my eyes directly into her. I want to make sure she can feel even if she's not looking at me.
And you pass by, like your eyes quickly meet as you shoot daggers. She gives you a little wink. You're shuttled through the crowd by your father.
Call me Finnick from the Hunger Games. I get it. Being passed around.
Oh my god.
It's fine, but
Oh my god.
okay, to a less severe extent. Okay, we all.
Crazy, but okay.
What were you gonna do, Dom?
I was gonna ask Lily, be like, who's the best person to talk to help me start a guild?
Would I know who that would be here?
Like, who's a very powerful leader person?
Let me think.
Is also humbling. If there's no one like that, I'll just go get some food and eat.
I think Lily, one of the main reps from your family, it's your Uncle Morrow. He is one of your main outreaches to the guild.
Uncle who?
You'd
Sorry.
assume seeing a lot of family members moving, he's probably here.
Who is it? Uncle
Morrow.
Morrow. Yes, let's go see if we can find my uncle together. He might be able to help. Are you having issues?
No, I don't.
No, Archibald says from
He's
across the
not.
room.
Archibald's not here.
Party, that's
here.
weird.
No.
Or
I'm
not.
just trying to improve working conditions from just enough as paid labor on the verge of probably slavery to enjoyable.
Oh, I didn't realize it was that bad. I'm so sorry.
Well, neither did I until we went down many cities where it is considered the slums and into the sewers, and that guy was probably getting paid better than me and was happier.
Your friend also got jumped.
Oh yeah, and did I know that was the union, the anti-unions?
You were very suspiciously on your way to go meet with
Yeah,
union
yeah.
stuff when that happened, and you did clock that it was a group of halflings that.
Sure. I'll mention that to Lily too.
Your friend got jumped?
Yeah, but I fought them off. So they're pretty intimidated as soon as I shot some missiles at them.
Aldrin, you do
All
realize
the
that
muscle.
it's illegal to suppress union activities, right?
No. I'm not up
Right.
to knowledge on the law. I'm still learning to read better. I know to read, but I'm reading up on this, whole union, this guild thing. So that's why anyone that I can talk to find out more information, how to spread the word, and I've gotten like probably 3 people that are interested, including the one that got jumped still.
How many people do the towers employ?
How many people does the towers employ?
That's a trade secret. You need
Like,
power of attorney.
I asked
You
it,
need
how
the
many
power
does
of
the
attorney to get that.
You probably need a lot of employees to upkeep a hotel of that size. So a lot of people.
Yeah.
Not even to mention the oyster farms. So, yeah.
In the real
The
world, you'll
oysters.
need 5% of employees to get a union going.
And you have 3?
Okay, we've been quite busy.
No, of course. Let's speak
I
my
need to make
and
up for all the
also-
work that I missed when we were gone. So
Right. Let's find my uncle, and also you might benefit from speaking with Cora. I believe is our union rep at the bar. She might be able to
okay.
guide
Yeah,
you in starting that up.
I take
Right.
note of that. Writing all this down.
Yes,
Cool.
yes.
Or might be able to help beat some people up
and
too
we'll
if you need that.
and we'll try to navigate to find my uncle Morrow.
Sounds good.
So you take Aldrin through the crowd, and you find an older elven man, this sort of grayed hair, sort of slicked back, 2 big elven ears, a monocle on his eye. He is sort of speaking to a couple other people, and he's sort of weaving this little illusion through his hand. And as you approach, he'll go, oh, Lily, darling! Darling,
Uncle,
it is so good to see you!
it's lovely to see you as well. It's been too
He's
long.
gonna kiss the sides of your
Do a
cheeks.
little mwah, mwah.
Mwah, mwah.
Uncle, I'd like to introduce you to Aldrin Ironbrow.
I reach out my hand to shake it.
He's an associate of Catherine's, and he's looking to establish a union at his workplace, and I was hoping that you might be able to guide him in some way.
Oh, yes, Mr. Ironbrow. And he'll shake your hand. It is a pleasure to meet you. You look a lot like your sister.
I would hope so.
She has been quite helpful in a lot of our efforts at securing more influence for the Actors Guild here in the city.
I guess I should talk to her too. She's always so
Yes,
busy. I don't want to.
Oh, gosh, no! We can set up a meeting for that. I can walk you through everything. Through the start of everything. What establishment do you work for? And he sort of pales for a second. He'll put his hand on your shoulder and he'll say, here's a card. Please contact me privately.
I just give Lily a weird look. I'm like,
And he's going to look at you, Lily, with a little concern in his eyes.
Like, sweetly smile back, like, yeah, I know.
Alright, sounds good. Yeah, I'll
Are
have.
any of the Boromers actually around us right now? Or are they farther away?
When Archibald had to go speak to them, he went towards like the further end of the party.
Okay.
To their table. So not anyone within your vicinity.
Okay.
Who could potentially have connection to the Boromers? Oh, you don't know. But
Right, but no one
specifically
directly.
are not.
That's
Yeah.
fine. Okay.
Yes, just reach out to me privately, and we will have further conversation. I can help with the paperwork and with your sister if you'd like to speak with hers.
Just thank you.
See
Appreciate
why
it.
he's so freaked out about the Boromers.
I'll do one of those too, because
Yeah,
You went from very
And-
confident to very quiet, very quick.
yeah. I want to
You
see
Oh,
can do
why
an
he's
insight check.
freaked out.
I'm useless. I got a 2.
Did better. I got a 19.
I think you basically just watched what this interaction was just helping like somebody set up a union at their workplace to then understanding fuck, I'm gonna help set up a union against the Boromers. Oh fuck. Was sort of that click for him. Of like, oh, this got a lot bigger than I just initially thought.
So he's freaked out immediately by any kind of like anything against the Boromers.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, it basically went of like, oh yes, this is a simple paperwork thing we can do to oh fuck against the mob.
Right.
Oh.
Okay. Uncle, thank you so much. Your guidance is just so appreciated.
Yes, darling. Yes. It is so good to see you. Please, you need to come to the meetings more.
Oh, I would love
You are
to. Yes.
missed.
I've just been so busy with the business. But I
Oh, yes, of course.
of course will try to make the next meeting.
Please, we do miss you and your presence in those things.
You'll see me at the next one, and I'll kind of take Aldrin through the crowd.
That was very weird. But I think he's gonna be. He seems like a nice guy.
He is, and I do think that you should contact him, but maybe again more privately.
Sounds good. Yeah, no, it makes sense. Makes sense. Give me good ideas though. I think it.
I am interested. Is there anyone that like Lily knows in this crowd, like aside from like immediate family?
Aside from like immediate family, you see a lot of the crowd is made up by extended family.
God.
Yeah, it's like you know that like your mother is one of 8, you know Catherine's mother is one of 8, and they are not the only branches of the family. So you have a plethora of cousins whose names all blend together.
Cool.
This is
I
like a
think
full Farland get down here, mixed with music people.
yeah, I'm trying to avoid as many people as possible while navigating through this crowd.
I think after a few moments moving through the crowd, you get a message, Lily, and it's from your aunt, and it says, "Meet me in my office, darling."
I'll respond back, be right there. Just kind of like in her mind she's like, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck. She'll make her way over.
Do you make your way right there?
Yes.
So you slip out from the crowd. If you'd like to make a stealth check to not be obvious about it, you are welcome to.
Of course.
Yes.
Who would I be if I didn't?
Or
Nat
something.
20.
Who would you be?
Oh.
Aldrin, literally, Lily is walking arm in arm with you, and you turn, distracted by something moving in the crowd, and look back, and she is gone.
The fuck? She go? Gotta stop doing this.
And
I'll go get some food.
you just ate a 7-course meal.
Yeah, it's over there. I gotta get. I'm gonna ask for a doggy bag.
So, Lily, you make your way through the halls of your aunt's home. I assume as you are walking through, this probably brings back a lot of nostalgia for you, having run through a lot of these halls as a child. And you make your way up to your aunt's office and knock on the door. And she beckons you to come in. And as you enter, you come into your aunt's office. It is very elegantly decorated. It is a lot of, what's the word? Angular architecture, not like sharp, but more flowy. very elven influenced, but you see everything is very dark. It's a lot of dark colors, purples, blacks, deep burgundies. And your aunt is sitting off at a grand desk in a chair at the end of her office. She goes, "Sit down, darling. We have much to discuss."
Of course, of course. And she'll kind of just
And
like perch
she,
on the chair in front of the desk.
and your aunt snaps and the door shuts. She goes, "So, I see you've been quite busy this past couple days."
Yes, I have been. Is there anything in particular that you're referencing?
Well, there was the solving and curing of a plague in the city. I understand that many of the papers are entirely putting that on Catherine, but one to two people mention a woman, a second one vanishing. I can only assume who that was.
I had hoped to stay out of all the papers, I hope you understand.
Yes, of course. I may have also sent a couple people to talk to those in the Grey Flood district.
Of course.
District. Chatted with a lovely young woman. A lovely young woman. Told me about you.
Does this young woman seem to have a name?
Most do.
Um, well, I do hope that you understand that my role there was to keep Catherine safe, and of course, you know, I did happen to do that, although keeping her out of the papers is quite difficult when she makes a spectacle of herself.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that is most of her job is to keep herself in the papers. But we both know Catherine can keep herself safe quite well.
Oh, of course. Yes.
So, what was your motivation with this plague? If you don't mind my asking, darling.
No, of course. There seems to be someone who I'm not sure who they are, who has some kind of information on me, and they offered information in return for helping with the plague.
Hmm,
And so I had hoped to
fascinating.
understand a little bit of more information about the Boromos, just because I'm sure that you're aware, aren't you, that they've suddenly moved onto my block.
Yes, I've noticed that, a coffee shop. Right on the
Yes,
border. How blatant.
yes, and I might say crude as well. It's
Yes. It's typically how they act.
yes. Um, so I was hoping to gain some insight into that, in any way possible. And once it seemed Catherine was involved, as well as my bartender, it
Yes,
seemed
the red
almost
tail.
irresponsible. Yes, it seemed irresponsible to exclude myself from that.
Hmm. Yes, I believe if we have an information broker here in the city, that would be quite interesting to gather more about what they are doing. Competition is not quite welcome, as you know,
Of course,
in our turf.
yes. I will say that
Ah,
the
mhm.
Richard Brown, the man that I'm sure you remember from dinner,
Yes, the
um,
professional drinker.
yes, believe me, he's had more than enough to drink in my bar in the week I've known him. Um, he
Those humans care
came.
for nothing about the internals of their body. It's why they die so young.
I have to agree. Um, but he came to us with a partner who very quickly left town after giving us the information that he had about the plague.
What was the name of this partner?
I believe it was Victor something.
Hmm. And he was a. I assume the man down there, Mr. Brown, is a private detective.
Yes, although of course he used to be in the watch.
Yes. Oh, that is why he. Yes. Okay. Yes. That makes sense.
Yes.
Would it be Victor Saint Domain?
That does sound familiar. Do you know him?
I know of him. He is a private detective. Also from a watch. Can probably take assumptions as that's how they met.
Hmm.
He is an interesting man. It is quite fascinating that he would seem to partner with the likes of Mr. Brown, as Mr. Saint Domain has had a bit more higher ambitions. He has attempted to make several meetings. Oh god damn, what's the fucking there's 12 of these Dragon House names. Hell is this Dragon House name? He has attempted to make several meetings with House Mendai, the House of Detection. They run many of the sanctioned investigations. They've rejected him every time.
Possible that his informant might be from the house.
Possible, but I don't, at least in my knowledge, he's never formally worked with them. He's been rejected from them.
Hmm. Well, if you permit, of course, I'd like to continue this line of work to see who this informant might be.
Oh, you are welcome to, darling. Any information you can bring me about this informant, I would happily take. But this does lead me to why I wish to speak with you. I wanted to apologize to you, Lily.
What for?
I don't think that my treatment of you these past few years has been quite fair.
I'm not quite sure what you mean, Auntie. You've never affronted me in any way.
When your mother left the city, I feel as though I may have took some of my frustrations surrounding that out on you, and that was not fair to you. You're the only one who stayed.
Always happy to serve the house, of course.
And I would like to bring that back more formally. I'd like to give you a job.
A job?
Yes. The great tradition of our family, the Farlands provide the secrets, and the Thernai get rid of the bodies.
I
I would
wasn't
like you to
sure.
kill someone, darling.
I'd be happy to do what you'd like, Auntie.
Do you know a man by the name of Ignatius Luma?
I do, and funny enough, he was who I was hoping to talk to you about tonight.
He. I'd like you to kill him.
Wonderful. I was also hoping along those
Mm-hmm.
lines. I did happen to visit his establishment, as he is who my curator was interested in for our new
Hmm.
exhibit. And he somehow seemed to know about the side business going on
Hmm.
and
That is quite curious.
requested a cut of the
Hmm.
deal. And while perusing his collection, I noticed that he had a gilded trash can,
Mm-hmm.
all of
Yes.
its dragon mark sigils except Boromir's.
Hmm.
And I was hoping that you might lend me the ear of one of the editors of one of your art review journals?
Oh, yes, darling, speak to whoever you like. Whoever name you want, I'll give you.
Okay.
Would you like us to trash the place in the papers?
Yes, I actually had something written up that I was hoping someone might look
It.
over.
Oh, please, yes, please, I'd love to read it.
Okay, I will send it your way then.
We
And
have banned him from many of our establishments over the past few weeks. He likes to get one too many drinks at a play and harass several of our performers.
he seems the type.
He
I was hoping
is.
to perhaps publish this article and then quickly follow it with perhaps a suicide attempt.
I think that would be lovely. Of course, yes, we would like none of this death to come back as any form of foul play.
No, of course not.
I leave all creative liberties up to you, darling. As long as this is done, I do not care.
Well, then it will be done.
I had a bit of a thought. This is quite fun if you are looking to take some of his artwork. The value of art does increase upon an artist's death.
It does, although I'm not quite sure I'd like our brand to be aligned with his artwork.
You don't have to slap any brand on it. Sell it anonymously.
I mean, if you
Lead the
permit,
auction.
I'm sure that could be arranged then. I mean, I would of course be happy to take this job, Auntie. I did have one more question for you, if I may, and I hope I don't overstep.
Of course.
I seem to have left some things at my family's house, and I was hoping to go and recover them, with your permission.
I'll tell you this, darling. If Ignatius dies, you can go back into the house whenever you please.
Then we will discuss this soon.
Yes, we can.
All right. Thank you for inviting us here tonight. It's a lovely party.
Of course, darling. We spend no expense for our girls.
Of course. And I'll kind of get up and do another little curtsy and head out back to the party.
She does a little curtsy in return. And you head back out. And what is everyone else? I believe Dick, Rinley. Anything you are looking to do?
I think I would have gone to the kids' table for a little bit, but then I believe we saw Catherine was like trying to get help from someone in the group.
If you want to run over and help Catherine, you are welcome to.
Yeah, is there any famous people I would have recognized?
So you probably would recognize a couple singers who come through the speakeasy. You see several of them are like sort of talking in a corner. You do recognize the act from a couple nights ago. It was a woman, I believe, named Kimmy is there. She has a full like gaggle of people around her as she's talking to them.
Would there be any like athletes that I wouldn't have like normal access to that just?
I think there's probably some kind of athlete. I forget what the sport is here, but I'll say there's every year there's a race of like different flying objects through the city, and I think you'll see that one of the racers is sort of at a table talking to a couple people.
I will go up to Catherine and be like, "Oh my God, is that?"
Yes, oh my god,
Dale.
it is.
Is that Dale?
That it is. It is Dale, the race car driver. Dad, I
Sorry.
really gotta go. I gotta help Brinley. You know.
Yeah, sorry, sir. I don't mean to interrupt. I'm a huge
You
fan.
can take it away.
Okay, thank you so much, Papa.
Come here, give your father a hug.
Where did Mom go?
She goes where she pleases.
Okay.
You see your father just turns
back into a crowd and starts talking to a bunch of people.
Rinley, what's the biggest tip you've ever gotten?
The one I'm about to get.
That's right.
It probably would have come from you. I don't care about racing.
I don't either, but we're gonna sneak into the secret liquor cabinet or something.
Ooh.
There-
Where'd everyone else go?
Everybody has sort of dispersed through the crowd.
I look
You
around.
don't know where they went. If you want to make perception checks, you can try to see
Where's
where
Dick?
Dick, what are you doing?
Where is Dick?
So Dick is very interested in the mom and
Yeah.
the dad. So
Mhm.
when we first got into this room, the dad is just like front and center. Pretty
Yeah,
much.
you see that he has pretty much taken a lot of the attention. You can probably make the
He's like
assumption I won't
hosting.
even. Yeah, you don't even need to make an insight check. You can probably see where Catherine gets most of her personality,
Yeah. Okay.
especially as the two of them have been circling the party together.
Where are Catherine's siblings?
Make a investigation check.
I rolled in that one.
You have absolutely no idea.
I don't even know where Catherine is. Yeah, just a lot going on right here, right now. I think I'm gonna try to step away from this party a little bit, and I think I want to kind of like walk around the house and try to look for the mom or the siblings. Just, I'm thinking they're not at the party, right? I didn't see them there. Dad's front and center. I don't think anything of importance is kind of happening at this party.
Mhm.
I think it's happening elsewhere.
So, what are you specifically looking for? Are you looking for his mother or Catherine's
Looking
mother?
Catherine's mother or Catherine's siblings.
Okay. So, as you're moving through the house, you can make me an investigation check. Make another one. Hopefully, this one will be better.
Come on, dice gods, be nice to me. That's not bad. Uh, 24.
So, you are moving through the house, moving down a few hallways, thinking maybe you followed footsteps but only come upon a servant who walked by. And as you turn one of the corners, you see a little scrap of paper on the floor.
Is there anybody else in this room?
No, it's empty.
Does the paper have like words on it, or is it just like folded up and it looked like it got dropped?
So you pick up the paper, and written on the paper, it says, what did I write down? What did I put down? I put something down on there. It says, to follow the Harlequin's gaze.
Hmm, I'm not much of a riddle guy.
Check if you'd like.
What type of check are you asking?
You make perception, looking around the room.
Oh, I guess Harlequin Like a doll, maybe? Is there a doll somewhere in this room? It's my
Make a
first thought.
perception check.
Better. I don't think I'm that good at perception though.
That's okay.
24 though.
You clock a painting at the end of the hall of this sort of laughing jester that is sort of looking off to the right through another door.
Okay. I'll quietly walk up to the door. Just put my ear to the door. Do I hear anything?
So with the 24 perception, you don't hear anything in there.
Can I do a stealth check as I open this door?
Oh, yeah, you can.
Roll like a piece of garbage. I believe that's going to be a 10. Stealth?
A 10?
Yes, a 10.
That is fine. You make your way into this room, and this looks to be almost like a study. So a study of some kind. You see walls lined with several books. There's a couple chairs sitting off in a corner where you could look to sit and read, and the room goes up pretty far. You would need a ladder to look towards the top portions of the books.
Follow the Harlequin's gaze. How does it look? It just looks like it's like looking to this room, or is there like a is there like one bookshelf? If the Harlequin was to look into this room, that it would be looking at this one bookshelf.
So you try to stand where this painting would have been looking, and you do see it pointing towards a bookshelf.
All right, I'll go towards that bookshelf and do investigation check.
Yeah.
Not so good that time around. That is a 12.
You give yourself guidance?
Yes, that's with guidance.
Damn, that was with guidance. I'll say, even with a 12, I didn't really have like a high DC for this. You look along the shelf and you spot a laughing sort of like clown face. Not clown, like the theater mask symbol
Hmm.
on the spine of a book with a title that says Dances of Shadow written across the spine.
Yeah, I'll grab that book.
And make a history check for me. You've lived in the city for your whole life.
15.
You know that Catherine's mother is called the Shadow Dancer of Sharn.
What was the title of this book again?
Dances of Shadow.
Dances of Shadow.
And as you open this book, you start to flip through the first few pages, and on the dedication page, you see written in like looking like in hand eye script next to the words, I guess the drunkenness was a cover for good detective skills, Mr. Brown. In very big script. Big feminine script.
I'll shrug at it and I'll keep going. Nothing else in this book.
No, this looks to be a book talking the intricacies of specific types of dances that originate from the Shadowfell.
Is anyone else in this room with me right now?
Make an investigation check. Not perception. Perception. Or Arcana. Actually, whichever one, perception or Arcana, you think is better.
I believe my perception is better. Yeah. Hold on, I'm getting my better dice. It's gonna roll like garbage because I said that. I mean, I'll take it. It's gonna be a 19.
19. I think with a 19, you don't get the sense that there was somebody in here.
But this got laid for
But
me.
yeah. You do feel the sense though with a 19 that you followed a path that was predetermined for you to walk.
When was this book made?
Like when?
Mm-hmm.
Roll an investigation check on it.
Doesn't have it on the spine or something like the.
There is not a year written on the spine. No. Not a publishing date printed in the inner pages.
I believe that's an 18.
You can't tell specifically like what year it was made. This book is old though.
All right. So I got played. Um.
Did.
The rest of this room. So I'm in a library. That's pretty long and tall, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I want to write. I want to pull out a book, random book, rip out a page,
Mm-hmm.
and write on the page. The book was a light read. You should think a little bit more critically on your words and how you use them. And then I'll fold it up and I'll put it on the coffee table for that person to find. Yeah, I don't know what else to do. So I think I think Dick would just continue walking the halls, just kind of seeing if he can catch something.
Mm-hmm.
But otherwise, I think that will be it.
Lily, roll me a stealth check on your exit from your aunt's room.
Hoping you wouldn't say my name.
You're the one out and about. What? I did
Oh,
not hear
sorry,
you.
I muted myself. 29.
Oh. Dick, you're welcome to roll an investigation check to see if you beat that.
Of course. Nat 20, nat 20, nat 20, nat 20, nat 20, nat 20. Oh, I could very well beat it. Rolled an 18. Oh, fuck me. 28.
Damn. So, like ships in the night, you two just miss each other as you walk through the halls. And back at the party, Rinley and Catherine, you are now walking arm in arm through the crowd as you've just gotten Catherine away from her father and the obligations there. And anything you're saying as you're now pushing through the party is it's just essentially just the two of you.
Really quick, while we're walking through the crowd, I would like to make note. A majority would probably know most of the people here.
Yeah, yeah.
Is there anybody I really have no idea who that person is? Maybe nobody's talking to them.
roll me an investigation check.
Okay. 16.
16. I don't think there's anybody that's not being spoken to, but there is a woman wearing a snake as a boa that you do catch the eyes of with several people around her.
And I have no idea who she is.
You don't really know. You don't recognize her.
Rinley, we gotta go make fun small talk really quick.
Oh, it's the best kind.
Have you ever played like the political game of what it's like dancing or something? Verbal dancing? I forget the fucking expression.
Verbal sparring?
Something like that. Takes two to tango. These rich people are really hoity-toity, so you know when you want to get something you want, you gotta know what to say.
Well, you brought me to the dance. All that's left to do is two-step.
Oh, I like that. A foxtrot, you could say.
I'm a fox on the run.
All right, we'll head on over.
So you approach this woman. It's a young woman with this more auburn, not as deep, not as red as like Rinley's, but more lighter red, short hair. She is in like a little flapper dress, and rather than a boa wrapped around her shoulder, she has an actual boa.
Oh.
And she sort of turns and looks at you, and you see on her forehead is a dragon mark.
Oh. Would I know which one?
Roll a. Would this be? Yeah, history.
I'm not gonna know shit. 11.
Wow. This provides you with no context.
Catherine, what is that mark?
I don't know, but it looks like her forehead's big enough to have its own zip code. It's
Okay, well, I wouldn't lead with that.
no,
I'll walk.
definitely
I will take charge and walk up to the lady. You say,
beautiful.
"Hello,
Beautiful.
I'm new in the city, and I've been fascinated with these dragon marks, but I've never seen the one that is so elegantly displayed on your forehead. What does it represent?"
She holds her hand out to you, and there is a ring that is made of an actual, like, moving spider on her hand. She goes, I'm Lady Velamy de Vandis.
Oh, it's a pleasure to meet you. Hello, little guy.
Oh, yes, that's Jasper.
Oh, hi, Jasper. I'm Rinley.
Excellent to meet you, Rinley. Of course, the woman of the hour.
I like your spider ring.
Thank you, thank you. It is core of my family. You know my family, of course.
Sure do.
Roll a deception check, please. Roll a
Guidance.
deception check. You can take guidance.
Well, I will take that. Okay. 22. Keep getting a lot of those.
22. Yeah. It's like, of course you know my family. We do love our creatures. That's what's on her form.
Oh. Am I inquiring this now, or am I taking
Yeah, you're
it?
probably inquiring.
Oh, the House of Handling. Yes. I think we got a dog from you guys once before.
Yes, of course. I'm Lady Bellamy. Here to represent the family.
Catherine the Farther.
Oh, I
As
know
you
who
know.
you are. We all know who you are.
And this is one of my lifelong friends. We go back all 18 years of his birth. Rinley Schmidt.
Oh, hello, Mr. Schmidt.
Hello, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. And hopefully soon friends.
Oh, yes. Yes, this young man is quite striking.
Yes, young. How old is this lady?
She looks like she's in her 30s.
Okay. I'll still give her a look. What brings you to the party? I mean, me.
Of course, you've brought everyone to this party. Saved the city from the rat plague.
Yeah, I feel like that would have been bad business for you guys.
I think it might have actually been quite good business for us.
Oh,
What?
really?
A plague is not great business for anybody, but calming agitated animals, great for us.
But like the rats, they wouldn't infest, spread diseases.
What the House of Healing is for?
Well, I guess they should do their job better if it took me to fix, the schlums.
And she's going to laugh. She says, "Darling, don't say that. Don't say that too loud. You don't know what sort of connections people hear." And she's going to look at the table that Archibald has been sitting at.
Oh? We've been new about them. Don't worry.
Now, they like to just flaunt it out so publicly, their connections. I mean, you've been around here much longer than I have.
Yes.
So you must have been around when the House of Healing married the Boromer.
Yeah, I was there.
Hmm.
Beautiful wedding. I did get trashed, though.
Yes, I mean, the dawn of the Boromer clan marrying the darling of House of Healing must have been quite an event.
I think it was arranged.
I mean, with them, what isn't?
Yeah. I'm too good for that. I would never falter for somebody.
Excellent. I love to see a woman sitting in her strength.
Just like you.
Thank you. Thank you. And you see, like, down the side of her dress, you see, like, ants are forming the beads.
Oh my god. Beautiful. I mean,
Thank you.
is this whole thing made of living creatures?
Primarily.
And they just do that for you?
Yes.
Do you grow them yourselves?
I mean, depending on what establishment, if we're looking to sell certain animals, yes, we will breed them, but...
How are you guys with oysters?
PB2.
Oh, well, I mean, yes, some of our agents do, yes, work in the oyster farms down on the shores.
I might have a fabulous business proposal for you in the future. Make sure to keep your tabs open. Your sending stone clear.
Oh, I will. Especially if I'm getting a call from Miss DeFarlin herself.
Oh, but of course. I'll keep an eye on them if you keep an eye on them as well. The table behind you.
Oh, I will, darling. If you need a bird's eye view on anything, just give me a call.
I do love birds.
As do I.
An eye in the sky. Look, an eye in the sky. Useful.
And as she says that, you hear a very shrill voice from out behind you go, "Oh my god, Kathy!"
No.
As Kimmy walks over to you, very clearly has several drinks in her. Goes, "Oh my god, this is the greatest party that I have been to in so long. Your mama knows just how to throw."
Yeah, my mom, because I didn't ask for those.
You know what I think is the best fucking idea? You and I need to get on that stage, and we need to sing our fucking hearts out for all these people. Doesn't everyone want to hear Catherine and I sing? And you hear a whole crowd of people just shout, like, start cheering, as now everyone has encircled the two of you.
I'm going to kill you.
Oh, we're going to kill it up there.
We are going to kill it up there. I'm not going to say no.
Come on. Everybody does it. And everybody wants it. And everybody is now just like chanting for you and Kimmy. Specifically, you and Kimmy.
Oh, our names should not be put next to each other. All right. I guess there's no way backing out of this now.
Yeah, Rinley, as quickly as you got Catherine away from her father and from obligations, another crowd has formed Catherine and pulled her into new obligations away from you.
Is
How about that?
Archibald still sitting at that other table?
I think, yes, all of these different things have been essentially happening all at once. So Archibald's probably still over there.
I would head over to that table then.
At the second kid's table.
So Catherine is pulled off forward to the stage, and Rinley, you get a message in your head from Elvenor. And she says, "Darling, would you please meet me in the garden?"
I will be there.
And you move through a back door where people have been like standing on a patio. You walk by, and Elvenor comes off from a corner. She says, "Would you like to take a walk with me, Rinley?"
Sure.
And she takes your arm and begins to walk with you through one of the gardens in the back. And she goes, "Schmidt is such an interesting name, is it not?"
I've had it for 18 years. Not that interesting.
Such a very common name. Anyone could have it.
Well, it's not as common as Smith, but
I would like to ask you a question, darling, if you're all right with it.
I think if I said I wasn't alright with it, you'd still ask, so.
Good, you learned very quickly. How's Briandra doing?
She's doing well.
It's been a while since I've seen her.
Yeah, well. I think it's been a while since many people have seen her.
Yes. So, what is a little fox doing so far from home?
Well, I wanted to see what I missed out on when we lost the war. So, I wanted to see what else was in the world.
Yes, things did not go too well for your family here in the city.
You know? Seems like things went well for the tower, though.
Seems they did. It seems they did. So fascinating that of all the people in this city that you could have met and worked with, you happen to work with the manager of the towers.
Would you believe me if I told you, as far as I'm aware, it was a very happy coincidence?
I'd like to think it was.
I don't think it was, but I have not pieced together how this came to be yet.
I assume Lily knows much of your history.
More than anyone else that I'm aware of.
I think it would be wise to keep working with her. She could be a great help to you.
I had no intentions of not continuing working with her.
So I think it would be quite smart to keep working with that little halfling of yours.
Yeah, he's hard to work with, but I agree.
I get that impression very much.
Where I come from, we like the saying my grandmother likes to say of a twig twisted up his ass.
Yes, I've heard that quite many times. I want you to know, darling, that if you need any assistance with anything in the city, my doors are always open. I have had a many red tail ale in my day, and I do quite miss them. Very hard to procure them.
I will hand her a bottle of it.
You're carrying it on you.
I keep it on me. I gotta always make sure I got some with me.
Homie is strapped. Instead of a Glock, he just pulls out a red tail ale.
It's not labeled though, so you can't prove it.
You just. What if you fell over?
Oh, I keep it in this secure container. Even if I fell, it wouldn't break.
How big is a secured container that you just carry around with you as an
Throw it in
agile
a
monk?
little shell. Like,
It's it's not a full bottle. Let's say more of a small
What was
can.
Mr. Brown sneaking hits when you were looking?
Well, because we had bought the pregame, so I think I'd have a bag or something. Maybe we handed it.
I appreciate this, and she will take it from you fully. Your grandmother was always quite skilled at brewing these drinks. She refused to ever tell me how she made them.
Yeah, I mean, I left before I fully learned the process, so I don't know. But
You're not a practitioner of the druidic arts much, then?
no, I never
That
learned
is
how
a
to
shame.
shapeshift.
That is a shame.
One day.
What was I gonna say? Yes, I just wish to get that in the air there. The red tails, at least in my opinion, of those of us who can remember them, they are quite missed here in Sean.
I appreciate you saying that. I did have a question, if you wouldn't mind.
Of course, darling.
I was given a name, and I don't know much about him, but it's a man named Derek who runs House Thrask, and I was wondering if you could tell me some more about him.
You can roll an insight check. So I don't think she's gonna hide this reaction. Just want to see how much of it you pick up.
24.
You see the second you say that name, she has a full, like, little side smirk. Well, Derek Thrask has some history with our family.
And it's amusing, I take it?
Hmm?
It's amusing, I take it, by your reaction?
I attempted to arrange a marriage back in the day between him and a close family member of ours. The marriage did not work out.
Would this be someone that we are mutually close with?
She sort of gives you a little side look. She goes, I think you can piece together these pieces, Ridley. Do you know much about your employer?
I'm slowly learning I don't know as much as I thought. But is this a name I should bring up with her?
It would be quite a bit of a sore subject to bring up. Though, if you are looking, what is your intention with Mr. Thrask?
I don't know. I don't know anything about him. I was told they were the ones that ran us out of town. And that's all I have to go on.
Are a young house, very eager to make a name for themselves, with not much to their name but their brute strength and their quench for violence.
Those are two things that I have.
They have driven a many people out of a many places all over this world. And young Derek is stubborn, hot-headed, and arrogant.
And you wanted to arrange a marriage with him?
Grass has been barking up the tree of our house for quite some time. When you are a young house looking to make a name, you often go to the oldest house. Try to boost yourself up. I simply wanted his father to stop bothering me.
So you just pawned Lily off?
Seemed like a good idea at the time.
That's fucked up.
It is how houses like us have to operate, darling. I've been doing this for nearly 200 years as the Baroness. It is what we have to do.
To what end? I mean, if you don't have your families back, then what's the point of it all?
The end is I have all of this. We have all of this. My daughter is in line to take all of this as well.
Okay.
Derek would be a very sore subject to bring up to Lily. But I think in the future, if you are looking to make some kind of move against him, she would be a great source of information and a great help. On her own terms, though. And of course, you heard none of this from me, darling. We are not supposed to make any kind of moves against other houses.
So if the marriage never happened, how did you get his father to leave you alone?
Oh, his father died.
That would do it.
That would do it, wouldn't it?
One would think that's where you would start.
What do you mean, me start anywhere? I didn't start anything.
No, it was just like this conversation didn't happen. And I'll walk away.
Lovely speaking to you, Mr. Redtail. Send Riandra my regards.
Will do.
And
I'll keep walking around the gardens and whatnot. Enough
you
partying for
keep
one night.
walking through the garden, and we're gonna close out the night with Catherine up on that stage. I want you to give me a performance check, and I want you to tell me what you're doing up there with Kimmy
Oh god.
and how you're going about this shared performance. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, Kimmy has disadvantage. She's quite drunk.
Oh god. Okay.
Wait, how
I
far
rolled
away
three.
from Archibald is this?
Not terribly far. You can see Catherine and
Am
Kimmy
I in
on
help
stage.
distance?
I'll let you be within help distance.
Give me a few extra cheers, you know?
He's gonna actually help Kimmy because he sees that she's like so drunk and like falling, and he's
You
gonna
did it
say,
all
"Don't
okay.
forget to hit the high notes," and then he's gonna cast help.
No, he's giving Kimmy help.
No, give it to her.
So she'll be
Oh, she
flat.
rolled a lot better. Okay, yeah, no, that's better. So what?
So then I got a 15.
You got a 15.
22.
You got
Okay.
a 22. She got a dirty 20. With that help. So the two of you actually put on a spectacular show. You see at one point Kimmy almost like hiccups, but there is a fucking cough from a table off where you see Archibald has choked a little bit on his water.
Well,
And the cough and like the hiccup goes unnoticed in the song.
anytime she starts getting drunk and sloppy, I will just play into it with her. And if we need to like start getting like, crazy on stage, we will, just to make it look like part of the performance. Party girls, woo woo woo, fun happy times.
Yes, you
as
do.
we parade around the stage. Maybe if she trips or something, I will just trip next to her sexily.
Sexily.
And like play with her hair maybe.
Uh-huh.
And like just keep the vibes going to where
Uh-huh.
everybody
Happening
thinks
on
it's part
that
of the show.
stage.
Oh my god.
Archibald is like clapping and beat like this.
Wild that's what you've described as this performance with those roles.
Well, okay, so we're selling. We're selling right now.
You're selling it and it's working. It's probably helping that this crowd is probably wasted.
Exactly. We're trying to make everybody feel like they're welcome at the party.
And this is what the rest of you who have left the party come back to the party too, is Catherine and Kimmy fully on stage in a drunken performance. Those of you who are sober are like, wow, that's wild, but also like good. And as Catherine and Kimmy finish up their performance, that is what we're going to call it for tonight.
I would like to finish the performance by screaming for Warforged riots.
Yeah.
Okay, the crowd better go fucking
We
wild.
love.
If nobody did, I want to point them out.
Yes, and that is where we will call it for tonight.
Archibald gives a hip hip hooray for that.
He's fucking performative.
Sorry, hip hip hoorah would be how he would do it.
Hoorah.
Performative ass.
What do you mean? Archibald loves my music. It plays in the
You're the
towers.
Warforged.
Oh.
Or the war.
Archibald loves the poor and the destitute and the weak and helping them.
They'll
I get
accept
that on
anyway.
recording.
We love employing them.
They will accept any wages in any conditions.
That's right.
But yes, thank you all for playing.
Thank you for
Thank you.
winning.
Elvinor is one of my favorite NPCs that I've made, so I was just happy to just be her.
I think Lily needs new family.
What would give you that impression?
I don't know.
You haven't
Would
even
you-
met Lily's mother yet.
Are we gonna meet her?
Let's
Oh,
meet her mom.
I don't wanna.
I love my aunt.
do you?
I do.
Damn.
Wow. Okay. That's insane. Pop off.
Guys,
Wisteria's my new best friend. Fuck you.
Even after the private things we've discussed about what Catherine would have experienced with your aunt, to say that is wild.
No, she would not. She would not.
That is wild.
She would not. She very much likes her family. I guess.
I'm so happy that my aunt and I were on the same page about Ignatius, because fuck that guy. That was so. I was literally gonna ask her if I could kill him, and then she brought it up, and I was like, yes.
Yeah, when I was figuring all that out, I was like, do I go with the angle that he's a really nice guy and Alice is going to struggle with killing him? And then I was like, no, it's more fun if she wants to do it.
Yeah.
No, it's more fun if he's a dick.
I mean, clearly I already planned this last time we played, since I sent you a whole paragraph already.
Yeah. No, that is why I emphasized that people knew you were coming into this place.
Yeah. No, that's fine.
Because I figured you'd want him dead. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Rinley's family's brewery is bulldozed for the towers.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if the towers didn't have an oyster farm, they're about to get one for real.
Maybe all the
We
druid magic is
definitely
where the
have an
tower's
oyster farm.
farm comes from.
You lying off the cuff saying that you have oyster farming at the fucking hotel you manage is insane.
And then using the
I've never
wrong
watched
phrase.
White Lotus. I don't know what happens there, but I'm pretty sure they aren't oyster farmers.
No.
You should really watch. They have a whole episode about shucking oysters.
What was the
Yeah,
phrase
season
you
4 is
used?
gonna season 4 is gonna be in Portland, Maine.
The
And they're
chief
gonna suck oysters
oysterer?
all
Is that what
day.
you call
What do you
it?
mean?
Yeah.
The chief oysterer?
An
Yeah, the
oyster.
chief
There's oyster
oyster.
farmers in Virginia, Jersey, all you could,
That's not Sharn.
It's not Sean. Here's the thing. I'm not saying that there's not oyster farmers in this city. That would be fine to claim. I'm more wild that he said they farm the oysters at the hotel. That's what's wild.
How do you think they clean the
Not we
water?
import them,
The basement's just all like tanks of oysters.
The showers are
not
salt
we
water.
Not we import the oysters directly from our own city farms.
No.
No, we have farms under our hotel.
Wait, can I please be reminded by those more knowledgeable what would be required to have an underground oyster farm?
A lot. A lot.
There'd be so much involved.
A lot.
You
Especially
have to-
one of like a commercial scale. Yeah.
It's the tower,
But it's
the
possible.
commercial.
I mean anything's possible.
Wait, what do oysters need to grow?
A lot.
What? Can you say something more than a lot?
Like phytoplankton. You need to
What's
worry about
something
water
real?
chemistry.
Okay.
I didn't say something real, you asshole. To grow oysters, you need to grow phytoplankton, and then you need to worry about water chemistry.
Well, we import the plankton.
You import, okay.
You also
Oh,
have to
there
like
we go.
grow that hypothetically.
Yeah. Well, I'm assuming they do it all in house, right?
So
We
they
do-
would they would grow their own spat.
Wait,
And,
so they
like-
need a lot of sunlight?
Mm.
The oysters?
Well, the phytoplankton would.
phytoplankton
So
needs
yes,
sunlight.
you would need
Okay,
sunlight.
so maybe I understand. So they're not in the basement; they're on the roof.
Then how do we keep having all these rooftop parties?
Well, there's
That's what I'm
towers. There's not one
saying.
tower.
You
One
have a-
tower is for the oysters.
An
One is
oyster
small.
tower?
One of the rooftops. Wait, how many towers are there? Is there 3 towers?
There's 3 towers, yes.
So one is the honeymoon suite. Is one rooftop. One is the rooftop bar, and then one is the oyster bar. They
Honey,
call
why
it the
does
reef.
That would
honeymoon
be-
suite smell like salt water?
That would be like so much weight of water on the roof of a tower, though. Like I don't know how that would work.
Well, look,
You think
there
oysters
was
are
that
treated
hotel in
well?
Berlin with the fish tank, right?
That was one bath.
Oyster farming and fish tanks are not the same thing. You're
Oh my God.
comparing apples
Wait.
to tomatoes.
Are you telling me
I'm-
that this couldn't be like a decent oyster farm?
You gotta throw up an AI image or
Oh
something
my
right now.
God.
No, that's not an AI image. That's
Didn't that
this was-
shatter?
Yeah, it blew up.
What'd you
I
say?
saw a picture of that thing exploded.
Yeah, isn't it the German
Wait.
one in the mall?
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
they
it's a
fucked
hotel.
up that thing.
I thought it was a hotel.
Nah, it was in a mall or something, I thought.
It was like blew up right after that.
Yeah, it was like in Germany, right?
Yeah.
Here, I'm gonna send you an article to the intricacies of
It's at,
oyster
at
farming.
the Radisson Hotel.
Oh, okay. Yeah, fucking
Wait, this is about
educate this man.
I simply have to. It would be
this even a
ignorant of me
reliable
not to.
source.
It's literally the University of Maryland. What are you talking about?
Oh, a hatchery. Well, that's the common word for it, but we don't.
No. You guys are oysterers, right?
Oysterers.
The chief oyster.
And
That
well,
I was like,
you called
was like-
you said a word like yeah, and they actually have a profession or whatever. What do you call the oyster farmers? He called them
The oyster.
something.
Yeah, you called them the oysterers.
he
Was
called
it
him- he
was it
said
just
was-
that?
he said-
Yeah.
I thought it was something
You know,
else.
he said it was his chief oysterer. His chief oysterer.
Oh,
Yes.
that's
That was
what it was.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
chief
It's his
oyster.
chief oyster.
Yeah,
And the
yeah.
second he said that, I was like, Elvinor is a smart woman, and she knows that is not real.
I don't think you
I've
have
seen
to be a
nothing in
smart woman
here.
to know
There's
that's not
nothing
real.
in here that, to me, we
I was like,
couldn't
I
have.
immediately
in-
know that's not real, and they have an actual name. And if he wanted to be convincing, he would have said oyster farmer.
all they have are a bunch of sinks and buckets.
But do you know how many you would need to do this on a commercial level for a restaurant? This is a research lab.
Well, we don't. Not everyone buys these oysters because we charge a lot of money for them.
Yeah, how much are
You're telling me you would have larval rearing tanks?
Sure. How big are those?
This is one.
I need you to look at the picture
Oh,
on
I
the
see it, the
website.
long one.
God.
Well, I can't. Look, obviously, it's clear now that
Mhm.
the halflings love oysters. Can it not stand the reason that we would want to make an oyster farm? I mean, the eating, because we eat the shells too. We don't let anything go to waste.
That's
Eat the shell.
insane. You're a
I've
crazy
eaten like 3
person.
shells already. We
I
eat
think
them.
that's the more disgusting part compared to the racing of oysters and calling them people oysterers.
Listen, I have zero issue with you calling them oysterers and saying that you have your own hatchery. For me, it's the fact that it's in the tower. That's my point of contention.
Well,
It
it's
wasn't
not.
that we own a oyster farm on the edge
Yeah.
of the city.
Yeah, on the ocean or anything
On
like
the
that. No, no,
tower.
no.
It is that- no, we have one in
Oh
the
my god!
hotel.
Wait, I know. Now that the warehouse burnt down,
Oh,
we can relocate.
Fucking God.
oyster
we're gonna
farm
build an oyster farm in the
in
slums.
the warehouse.
Yeah,
And,
and then
and hire the warforged to
Oh my
work at the
God.
oyster farm.
They're made of metal.
Yes.
They'll rust in the salt
They can't
air.
get wet.
Well, get good.
we'll get them clean.
wow.
Some
There you
boats are
go.
made of metal, and we still put them in the ocean.
Well, actually, you could put zinc on them.
And
You
that's
just gotta
why we
put
eat
a- gotta
the.
put an
That's why we
anode.
eat. That's why we eat the oyster shells too, for the zinc.
Zinc. No, it's
What?
calcium.
What are you
Calcium
talking
and the zinc is an anode that allows electrolysis to not rust metal, or allows for electrolysis to happen so metal doesn't rust. Is
That's what he
correct?
said.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
I heard it too. Yeah.
Oysters are packed
enabling
with
him.
zinc.
I agree with Doug. Stop enabling him.
Wait, why the fuck am I
I'm
enabling him?
about
He's
making an
so-
oyster farm though in the.
I think this is
the
good. Yeah,
slums.
I think that. Well, look, I think you guys brought up a good point. Is that the commercial needs have outweighed our production capabilities at the current oyster farm in the towers. So we're gonna have to relocate to our newly acquired property, and with the money from the insurance settlement,
Yeah.
we'll reinvest it into the oyster farm.
and
And
he's gonna
to
create more
celebrate
jobs for new
jobs.
people. Mm-hmm.
This
That
will
will
be
be,
to
you know.
commemorate the abolishment of the rat plague.
John,
if my
I love...
character
Sorry, go.
if my character dies, I would love to be your chief oysterer.
Yes,
I was
that'll
gonna
be
say,
the new deputy of that facility. Will be the chief oyster, and they'll have a little
They will
kingdom there.
unionize the oysterers.
oh
Well,
my
yeah,
God.
you're gonna end up in an oyster
Nah, there's
vat.
no there's no
floating
legalizing of
face
the
down.
oysterers.
We're gonna have those
Unionize the oysters.
who are they? The handler family or whatever the fuck? They're gonna be
They-
on your
yeah,
ass about those oysters, dude.
Truly, yes.
Oysters
They
have
manage
Which
rights.
all animal stuff in this city.
Wait, what family?
Well, they might,
The handlers.
Mhm. yeah, the House of Handling.
Oh god.
That's
We just
it.
met them.
Thank you.
They might help.
We're
We
secure
don't
a
know if
business
they're
loan.
PETA. They might not be animal friendly. They might be
mean-
anti-animal rights activists.
Right. Well, regardless of what they are, nobody can be against the oyster farm because it's ethical.
Right.
Sure, with the false insurance claim money.
Right.
Yeah, I'm still waiting to
From
hear
the
back
warehouse.
about my
You weren't
insurance.
down. With bodies inside of it. You never addressed that. There were bodies inside the warehouse. You made an insurance claim.
Well,
on.
it was a tragedy.
It was tragic.
I like how the cops weren't called though.
No.
They wouldn't
No.
come anyway. There was a plague. They would
There
just
was a
stand
cop
outside.
there. What are you talking about?
And we
That guy
did
used
have police.
Jack all the whole time he was with us. What are you talking about?
You
Well, we
can make a
didn't.
police
We
report.
we can't choose if they send good or bad cops. They
Yeah.
just send cops.
There
So this
was
is
a cop
beyond
there.
our realm of responsibility. You know,
Didn't
it
really
was a
fit
tragedy,
He was just kind of there.
and people died. And frankly, that means we should probably file their life insurance policies too.
Mm-hmm.
Not be named as the beneficiary on that. What are you talking about?
Well, we
We're changing
can't
their employment
find
form.
we can't find their families, so they would want to invest into the company is their last right.
I don't
We'll
understand.
name an oyster after them.
Oh my god.
Just a
What
single
arson
oyster.
investigation?
You
What
immediately
arson
shut
investigation
it.
is gonna go?
Yeah.
Then the,
Wait,
that
is this an-
insurance claim investigation?
I'm still
gonna go.
recording. If that was the question, John.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't.
Okay. Speaking of which, I'm gonna stop recording. Like and subscribe.
Are they going to investigate this